barely hear it, but I know it's there. Oh, okay. All right, there it
Yeah,
is.
see that direction. I gotta have it like right here. See, and then if I just go like right here, it's like away. It sounds far, right?
Eh,
And
a little. Yeah, yeah. There's a little bit of a difference.
oh
I
yeah,
kind of, I kind of like that action right there. You get a little. Oh wow, that actually sounds really good.
yeah. And remember, like the directional mic. So it's like we gotta like, I'm gonna put it right here. I'm like all over the place all the time. Hello, everybody.
Try putting it right up your butthole.
Oh,
Oh, oh. Good morning. Good
it
morning.
it works. It works. But when you put it up there, but yeah,
You don't speak like Ace Ventura.
Oh, do you have any banaka? All right, how much? All right, we're a minute in. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
That would be kind of fun to just be doing the whole podcast. We got to try that one episode.
Yeah, we should have. We missed that opportunity to do that.
We'll bring it back.
Whenever Ace Ventura 3 comes out.
Do you think?
No, I think they did have an Ace Ventura Jr. though.
Yeah, they
that
had the
came
little
out.
kid.
Yeah.
I know he came out. I don't know how that. How
No,
that
dude,
got
they
received.
leave it alone.
No?
I've seen so many people get mad at Dumb and Dumber 2. They're like, "This is comedy gold." Whenever they're talking about Dumb and Dumber, and then they go back to Dumb and Dumber 2. This is just sad. Like,
I heard that I haven't finished. I mean, I saw parts of it. I forgot why I didn't finish watching it. It was on TV. I didn't go to theater to watch it. But I heard that it was just kind of the idea was there, but it wasn't
It was a little too late.
execute. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little too late. How long had it been? Like 25 years or something?
yeah,
Like
I think it was right around 20 years or something like that. Yeah.
that? Yeah.
But I mean, my favorite part of the movie was whenever he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's water under the fridge." So, I mean, it was like a little throwaway line, but it was hilarious, man. That was the most memorable part about it. I couldn't actually tell you. I think they're going to find like somebody's daughter or kid or something like that.
And the third one. I mean, the second one.
Second one, yeah.
Second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prequels were. I thought. I mean, I thought they did a good job, as in like capturing the characters. The movies themselves are just kind of silly.
Yeah.
I think they did. I think the actors did a good job as portraying Lloyd and Harry. And then you got a young Shia LaBeouf in the prequel.
Shia the Beef.
Shia LaBeouf. Well, I guess we're in 3 minutes in. Thank you for hanging in with us. This is Side by Side Movies podcast. We're your host. I'm CJ,
And I'm Ben.
and we take two movies. That we organically take two movies that we just like to talk about. Just two guys having a open discussion about movies.
Like I've said before, we're all organic here, all natural.
All natural.
But yeah.
Excuse me,
No.
I'm learning to use that mute button.
Oh, that'll be the next thing I master. Oh, look at you. You can. It's like you're a ventriloquist or something.
Oh, well, let's.
Drink some water and mute yourself at the same time.
Okay, let's. All right, you'd have to.
Oh. Whoa. Hello, my name's CJ, and I'm drinking water. Or tea. It's going to be a nice poop later.
Hey, it sounds like someone was taking words right out of my head. Oh yeah, it's the this is the difference. Detox tea. Let's see. Hopefully, if you drink detox tea, I've noticed that there's a if you start at the beginning of Side by Side and you have a really hot detox tea, and then as it starts cooling off, you just slowly take it. By the time you get to the end of the episode, pay dirt.
Yeah. I mean,
So I do want to apologize to our viewers and anybody listening that the last few episodes. I've been having issues with my audio, so I think this is the best we figured it out. And honestly, I haven't heard one crack out of your audio yet, so I think my guy was the one holding things back.
no. I don't. I'm coming in clear.
Yeah, you coming in clear. I haven't heard one
No.
crack from you. I
I'm gonna
think.
look at that mic the entire time.
Yeah, we have the way I always do it. We always show Ben is like it's directional, so it's like right here. Usually you have like a dome. Like I think those might actually work better. The ones that, but on the Side by Side budget, we work with what we got.
We get what we got. We go with it.
We're getting what we gotten in, and we deal with it. Yeah. So
Whenever you said dome, man, that reminded me of Homer Simpson, like dope. Home.
the dome. Welcome to Thunderdome. Oh yeah, good old waiting. We did
We're
get.
just calling back all our movies today.
Oh yeah, we're
What
doing
about
it.
the Nutty Professor? What do you think about that?
Oh dude, Norbit. Yeah, how has Norbit aged on you? And since we've talked about it,
Eh,
still
it's
same.
still same. I
It's my,
enjoyed it whenever I was younger, but
yeah.
now I don't like to call myself a movie connoisseur.
Oh,
But
I think you do. I think you need to. I think you need to. I
all
mean,
right, I'm
I've
a
started.
movie connoisseur. I'm a movie connoisseur. And but no, it's just one of those. Yeah, I flavor it. I try to find the flavor of the movie. Um, no, it's just I don't know. It's goofy. I just have to be in the right mood. You know, that's a really you have to be in the right mood to watch that movie.
I think with me growing up with those kind of movies, it's easy for me to slide into it. But I really appreciate that movies when things are just like kind of just gonna shut off my brain. Just watch a good old something silly, and you can still learn from it. But yeah, but going from like from where we're at, we're getting closer to that year mark.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to brag. But as we are talking about the connoisseur of movies, I have been getting a few, not a lot, one or two. Messages of people like requesting movies or talking to me about movies, and I have some friends kind of I feel like movies are like wines,
Hmm.
and I feel like certain people are like, oh, I don't touch that. I only watch the 79 or like the 76 Rocky movie. I don't, it ages well. I mean, some movies do age well. You can use the same like descriptions and adjectives for wine as movies. That being said, I do get some people, or I've met people that are like, oh, I don't watch that. That's that's not in my palate. And it does when I hear that from an older person or someone older than me, I'm like, okay, here's someone my age. I'm like, okay, but here's someone younger than me. I'm like, all right, nah, like you haven't really even seen Space Jams. How can we talk about like have you
Space
seen
Jam 2 coming out in one
Oh,
week.
yeah, nah,
Uh,
definitely not gonna do that one. I'm gonna watch it,
oh,
but I'm
oh
not gonna pay
yeah.
to watch it. I'm not gonna pay to watch.
Oh, you
that.
don't have to, man.
Is it on HBO Max? Gonna
Oh
say?
yeah, it's going to HBO Max. You know what movie that? Man, I don't think I'm gonna go see Fast 9 in the theaters.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna say it. I think I'm gonna wait for it to come out. I've heard reviews where it's kind of a stinker, and
Oh,
you
Fast
could have,
Nine.
yeah.
Wait, are you comparing them to other Fast and Furious movies, or just other bad movies or good movies? Or is that where the have you noticed the I don't know, yeah, on Facebook I've noticed an
The
influx
memes.
of the memes are going the
Oh.
family. There's so many.
I love it, dude. I love it, dude. There was one of the sequel trilogy of Star Wars where you've seen Force Awakens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know that part where they get on the planet and Finn's like, "We'll just use the Force," and then Han Solo's like, "That's not how the Force works." They had one of those for Vin Diesel. He's like, "We'll use the family." He's like, "That's not how the family works." That's
I haven't
probably
seen that
my
one.
favorite that has come through. But yes, I have. There's a buddy at work. He mentioned that there's one day he just kept on saying, "You know what it is in this family." And he just kept doing. And he got me like 2 or 3 times. I was like, "Oh, what's that, man? Family." And so after that, man, I just couldn't. I couldn't take it seriously. I was always looking for the family punchline.
Wait, break? No, family. You always break it with family. It's not a complete break unless we say family. I think I saw the one with the one that got me was the Kevin McAllister, the Home Alone.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh God, maybe I could. I don't know. I wanted to share a meme too about because of Dark Knight, and we'll eventually get there. But the meme shows it's that scene where Kevin McAllister is running up the stairs, and he turns around, he's like, "I don't want my family. I hate it." And then
Do you see him with like a shotgun?
he's a shotgun, and he says it's about family. Like he takes it so serious. How do you think Vin Diesel? Or sorry, we know him on the show as Twin Diesel. Well, I do. I refer to him as because he's a twin. What do you think Twin Diesel feels about? Like, I mean, at this point, I think you just make the movies because you enjoy making them and you're making money.
I think that too. I think it is a big money maker for him, and he found that out kind of a while back. But another thing is, people still do enjoy these movies, for the most part. I think that there is a section of people that are like, yeah, Fast and Furious 9. Like they're 100% behind it.
Are those the people that are like wah, 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 on the 90s? I still can't believe there's like 94 Honda Civics out there.
Yeah,
I remember
probably.
I remember in like 2000 being like these cars are too old to be out here.
No, these I don't know, man. I don't really know what the demographic of people that really enjoy, like, thoroughly, like, can get into these movies and are honestly surprised anymore. Like, even, I mean, you watch the trailer and you figure out the whole movie. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he has a brother. Oh, and Han's back. I think we even talked about this like last week or the
Yeah,
week
we did, because we
before.
talked about John Cena.
Yeah, man, and like, it's just like you leave that for the movie. Like, just leave it for the movie. Like, what other? I'm sure they may have like another twist or two that comes along, but it's just like, come on, man, you're just giving too much away. Um, but I did see another another meme that said, uh, "It's all about family." 9 movies later, oh, and I have a brother, and uh, so it's just stuff like that, and even that's like a little out there. It's like, why?
I got a family member that's posting like every other post is a freaking
Yeah,
Dominic Toretto.
dude, same. Like, I got there was one day that I looked at my Facebook feed, and literally it was like every other person was posting that family meme.
I don't know if I'll get in trouble for showing it on my phone, but like this one got me. I don't know who made it. There's no other, but this is stupid.
I think memes are free game.
Does he say? He says, "Oh, I got that. He's got
Oh,
the
Family Dollar
the Dollar
General
Tree, and the Family Dollar." He's like, "Oh, Dollar Tree General.
Dude,
Oh, Family Dollar."
I
Like,
saw the Drake meme. You know what I'm talking about? Where you
no, I
like
haven't
push.
seen that one.
No, well, you
Oh, the Drake meme. In
yeah,
general.
like
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
template. Well, and it has Vin Diesel's face on it, and the first one's like OnlyFans, and then the bottom one's Only Family. He's like, yeah,
There's a lot of these. Like I don't understand. Dude, I put 2 names in here, and I'm like, oh, why you keep posting these? But don't stop posting them. It's like,
I don't want you to stop. I just want to know why.
yeah, but actually, I don't even want to know why. I just want to say that I want to know why. And in reality, I don't. I don't.
I don't want
but
to
I go-
dive. I want to dive that more deep into your psyche.
Could you
to know why you continue?
could you stop talking about
I
family
saw that
for
one.
5 minutes? Is Shrek?
Let's see here. I do. Let me see. I got a couple as well. Let's see what I got. Let's see if I got anything good in here. Oh,
What does that one say? I can't read the.
the top one. It
Yeah.
said Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind.
This. All right. We'll get to that because I think at one point. I saw that one.
Oh,
I think
dude, this one says, "Rest here, soldier. You've seen too many Vin Diesel memes."
But I gotta tell you,
Oh.
man.
You haven't watched Loki at all, have you?
I have. I am caught up. I haven't
You're
watched
caught up?
today.
All right,
Oh, is that my boy?
that's Hector.
Can you just send that to me real quick?
Yep,
I want one of those. Hector.
it's the same character, man. It's not even. That's the funny.
We're gonna
part
do a
about
documentary, and it's gonna be called Hector. We're gonna see how he feels about it. But
it. And then after we do that, he'll be as big as Danny Trejo. Everybody, and he will never do a Hector role again.
oh no, that's when we officially changed his name to just Hector.
I'm sure he would love that.
All the Hectors, he goes to hell. He goes to heaven. They're all this waiting there. Noel, we man, we're not making fun of you, Noel. We really like you. Just
No, legitimately, like
yeah.
you have been in so many great movies.
We'll have you
Bruce
on the-
Almighty, the monkey went up your butt. Thanks for taking one for the team there. It was serious. In all seriousness, though,
That check has to say hey, you're gonna get a monkey pull out your ass, but here's a good 50K. Here's 50 G's for that.
Yeah,
or
man,
Here's
like-
80 G. Like I couldn't imagine someone paying me like that
honestly, dude, like if anybody could be like, what's some side character that you know is gonna be in a movie? Hector. Like everybody knows who Hector is. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Like he has exposure, for sure. Like everybody knows.
much. Yeah. He
And
really,
that's it's like it's almost like, I don't even know, man. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that he's famous without being like overly famous.
yeah, but he's an actor famous too. You know?
Yeah.
It's not just like not just
I mean,
a dude
he's
that
definitely
like,
the epitome of a character actor. But
let's
hell,
see.
man.
Well, just by the whole thing. No, I think like because I am serious about Fast and the Furious. I need to binge. I want to binge all of them and see how much of my family I really really want to. But what do you call it? Another thing is when I remember when I used to work at the downtown location or just working downtown in general, and people would be like, "We're like a family," and I'd be like, "Nah, man,
No.
don't say that. Like, no, like
You pay me to be here. What
yeah,
am I, a
like, yeah."
prostitute? Like,
That's just the
am I
we're
the
like,
prostitute in the family?
and then somebody posted a meme that said, "Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we'll be a family, but I'm like your cousin that never comes around, so don't talk to me like you like I'm always around."
You
I
don't
just forget how
pay
to say no.
family to be around.
Family. Yeah, I forget. Noel Guglielmi is his last name. Noel Guglielmi. I can't say his last name. It might be
Ooh,
Italian or
Google me.
yeah, but we'll make a documentary with him and see about the Hectors. But we're not here for that. We
No.
we haven't warmed up yet, so this is kind of a warm up.
Yeah, that was a good little warm up. It was a nice little banter back and forth. But today we have some oh damn good movies. I mean,
Boom.
just oh there it is.
So today we will be talking about The Dark Knight, 2008, PG-13, 2 hours 32 minutes. When the menace known as the Joker wreaks havoc and chaos on the people of Gotham, Batman must accept one of the greatest psychological and physical tests of his ability to fight injustice. Director Christopher Nolan, writers Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan, and stories by David S. Goyer. Stars Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, Aaron Eckhart. And we are having a discussion with Joker 2019, rated R, 2 hours and 2 minutes. In Gotham City, mentally troubled comedian Arthur Fleck is disregarded and mistreated by society. He then embarks on a downward spiral of revolution and bloody crime. This path brings him to face with an alter ego, the Joker. Director Todd Phillips. Writers Todd Phillips, Scott Silver, Bob Kane, and also Bill Finger. I think they always have to say his name with him. And then Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro, and Zazie Beetz. That's what we're doing today. Ben, I'm gonna mute real quick and step away. I got my little guy.
Yeah,
So
go
give
for
me
it.
give me a few minutes. Here we go.
So, how we got here this week is Robert De Niro, the incomparable Robert De Niro, and we did Goodfellas and Casino last week, and we were kind of wondering where we wanted to go, and we there was a scene in Casino where Robert De Niro has like this talk show that he has as his character, and it vaguely reminded me of his character in the Joker. And it's not a very big role. I mean, he's top billed cast because I mean, this movie's mainly about. Well, it's not mainly about. It's all about Arthur Fleck, and that's just a brief description of how he got here. And then we chose The Dark Knight because it's also a very visceral Joker that you see in that film as well. Um, just, I mean, Heath Ledger's performance alone is just so solid, and you really get that feel of anarchy and chaos with him. Like you just don't. He has no motivation besides just terrorizing Batman. That's his only thing that he wants to do, and yeah, and these two movies are they're they're both very dark. They dive into the Joker psyche. Both of them do. Dark Knight's not as much. It is still a Batman movie, um, but with Joker, you just see the gradual decline of somebody's mental health, and I think that is something that a lot of people mentioned about this movie. Is just how well it shows somebody and how they decline and how it's not something that he doesn't just snap. He doesn't just snap. He's been having this stuff go on for years and years. He had, trauma as a child,
Talking
stuff
about
like that.
Joker.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Sorry, I had to step away.
no, you're good. But I was just kind of telling him how we got here and then just kind of describing both movies. CJ, this is your first time seeing the Joker. Or
Yes.
Joker. It's not the Joker. It's just Joker. Um, what's your initial thought?
A lot. I mean, it's even talking about the Dark Knight and Joker compared next to each other. We were kind of looking at two performances, but now I'm looking at them as two different pieces. My first initial thought was the Joker was I have to make sure I don't let the internet ruin it for me. So a lot of the things I that were popping up, I just ignore or just there's a few things I saw and I was like okay, but once I got deep into the meat of the movie, I was like oh, it relates a lot with a lot of people, and mental health
Yeah.
is a big thing in this movie, and that's
Mhm.
the first thing I do want to say about mental health is it's everybody has it. We all have minds. We all struggle with things, and it's how we cope with them. The movie, God, it's very layered nicely. It's a little complex in a way that the more you watch the movie, the more it's like taking you down like an alley, and then at the last, and ironically, it's where you end the movie with Thomas Wayne getting shot and
Yeah.
Martha Wayne. But you kind of go down this alley, and then all of a sudden, like it hooks you, and then now you're like out in the open, like all right, here's the world, here's a story. Because I'm like, oh crap, like there's a lot of little layers in this movie that I was like, okay, this is definitely gonna be another rewatch for me because there's a lot of things I didn't pick up on just one go around, and I even forgot that. Dark Knight is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and
I know.
Joker's only 2 hours. And one of the first things that a lot of just I don't know, someone that people had asked me about Joker, like if I'd seen it, one of the first things was like, "Oh, it's long. It's a long movie," and I'm like, "Okay." And I was thinking like that 3 hour mark, and then when I finally saw it, I was like, "It's only 2 hours. That's nothing." Like Dark Knight's way darker. I mean, way longer. I guess because it's a slower pace. Joker might feel like it, but it's not a. It's not a. It's not an. One thing I got from the Joker is it's not a comic book movie, and it's not an action movie. It's definitely a. What do they have for it? Let's see. What do they have it under? It is definitely
Thriller is one thing.
it's a thriller for sure. Drama, yeah, crime, drama, thriller. Yeah, yeah, because this isn't a superhero movie. And then Dark Knight is action, crime, drama. So
Yeah.
that action really makes the thriller and action really like you see the difference in these movies.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, it really. Also, when I when when you ask certain people like, hey, what do you think about? When I ask them like, do you like it, yes or no? And then someone tells me like, oh, Joker's a great movie, you got to watch it. And then I watched a Quentin Tarantino interview, and he talks about the Joker and how like brilliant it was made. And I'm like, okay, there's something there to this movie that I really need to just watch it and then not focus too much. But then next time go around, like things I know to pick up on, because like the relationship with the mother, the relationship with his neighbor, the relationship with his like coworker, like it's like certain relationships that I believe that people can go through anytime, and at first I was like, remember everybody, we have spoilers on this show, so if you don't like hearing if you haven't seen the movie, we're going to talk about movies. So you just kind of up front,
If you
but
haven't seen the movie, then get out.
get
No.
out of here. And
Please
what,
stay.
but yeah, get out, but please close your ears on this part. No, I like the girlfriend thing. I was like, why? I guess I was trying to wrap my head around it. Like,
Okay, so you didn't see that it was all in his head?
yeah, no, I didn't pick up on it till they actually show
Okay.
us.
Yeah. All right. Good. Because I was thinking, I was like, man, he's gonna pick up on this. He's gonna pick up on this. I really, whenever I was rewatching, I was like, he's gonna
I-
guess that. And I'm glad you didn't. I feel like if you, and that's one thing about this movie too, is that it sucks you in to this story, and you believe him. You believe his outlook on things, and that's what's so cool and kind of so scary about this movie too.
Well,
You
it
know?
makes you believe a lot of things. This movie's it's I hate to say this, but it's a Joker. Like the movie itself, the way he shot, and it's Todd Phillips. Let's give it a round to Todd Phillips, man. One thing I will say that a Todd Phillips movie needs is the freaking Todd Phillips cameo with the afro and the mustache. And this is a timepiece from like the 70s, which would have been perfect
It would have been.
if maybe
But
I have.
he knew the gravity of it. I think.
No,
That's
but
why
I mean, like, not to like put him right in the front of the camera like how he does it in the other movies. Like just have him there, like
just have
kinda-
him like walking in a crowd or something.
kind of like in Apocalypse Now, Martin Sheen plays like an extra in a scene that he's in, and,
Yeah.
or like was it like Jeepers Creepers when we found out the creeper was actually in the movie as a cop for a few shots? Like that's
Oh
for-
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
That's
get
what I'm saying. Something like that. Not like him, like where he's on on Hangover, where he's
He's
on that.
he's
chick.
in the elevator like
that chick.
going up. That's fine. Ugh.
I didn't see any of the trivia on this movie or the other or the Dark Knight. I just kind of I don't know. This is gonna be definitely an episode where it's a mix, and I think I'm getting down with the and. But I saw this meme. Since we have the Dark Knight up. Like, this one cracks me up. Like, I was just sharing because this is where we've gone with the Batman or the Dark Knight Joker, and we have a Joaquin Phoenix Joker. So, real quick, the Batman Joker, I mean the Dark Knight Joker, Heath Ledger, that Joker was around like crazy, and I believe he's probably still around, and the Halloween.
Yeah.
You got.
Oh
Like,
man, that reminds me of the Office episode where like 3 people come in as the Joker. He's like, "Damn it, Creed!
Creed, why so serious?"
Yeah, and it's like I stayed up all night trying to, and then Dwight comes in. Why so serious?
No, that is always the yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a pencil disappear.
The thing is crazy is though how so many people like I don't know I wouldn't because that was the year I went dressed as a nurse and only because or a surgeon because that was the only costume left, but I was that or the Heath Ledger Joker, and I was like, and
you could have gone as a nurse and Heath Ledger Joker.
well, that was the thing.
Time.
I was just a no, like a Scrubs nurse, not the female from the 40s nurse.
Yeah. By the way, where did he find that outfit at? Do you think he brought it with him?
It's probably his.
Yeah.
Joker, you never know.
Yeah.
But in the sense of the way that I was saying about I mean, I'm all over the place right now, but the Joker, how it's a joke movie because it lies to you about a lot of the stuff where you think he's in the relationship, you think his mother, I mean, you think his mother's having they have an affair. It's all, is it an illusion or not? They have paperwork, but then it's like powerful people can do whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's where it kind of just like, it's where like a conspiratorial mind will go like, well, he could have that covered up. Well, he could do this. I don't think that's his father. No. I think he was adopted.
I think what it's also showing is the mental health on both sides. I mean, it's also crazy because if he was adopted, then his mother just put that on him just because nurture, just being around environment. I mean, sorry, his environment, yeah.
Well, I mean, you would think that if she had this story made up in her head that Thomas Wayne was the father of her child, that she adopted the child so she could be with Thomas Wayne, right? And that's how my
I don't know how
kinda,
that they don't really explain it, and that's what I like about that. It's and that this is where the conspiracies were. Like we don't make anything up here. Like it's just like no, they're showing us what we like, and I mean what we need to see, and then it's up for us to make a decision. And it's like the way they treat the mom, and even Alfred. I knew that was Alfred right from the spot. I knew that was Wayne. I knew that was Bruce right away, and I was like, dude. But at the same time, the interactions, like I would freak out if someone were to touch my kid like that.
And he had good composure in that bathroom. He's like, you ever touch my son again, I'll fucking kill you. Like, you get a grittier Thomas Wayne. I mean, you really get a whole lot of Thomas Wayne to begin with, but
I do like that.
That's definitely not how I pictured him. I pictured him as like this stand-up guy. But dude, that's the thing about like Batman and stuff like that is, of course Thomas Wayne is like a great guy and everything, but it's almost like he's, a deity. Like he is this person so high on a pedestal that he is not human and he doesn't make mistakes.
And I do
stuff like that.
Well, no, I'm not saying that he doesn't.
No, I'm just saying that
because going down that damn alley is like the biggest mistake. Why would you?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying like I don't know if that's how you ever felt about like Thomas Wayne or anything like that. Anytime they ever talk about him, like, oh, he was a great man. He was a great man.
In
they don't talk about I mean, hell,
Well,
even great men do bad things.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I think the thing I liked about the character for Thomas Wayne, which is a big part of the movie, is he's a big guy, big statue, and you need that kind of stuff because think about it. I mean, he's not supposed. He snuck into that restroom, like Thomas Wayne's already like, fuck, this guy's not even supposed to be here. Like, it's like you got to think about, put yourself in that scene. Like, this guy's a man of power. This guy's regardless whether he's worked for it or it was handed to him, he still has the power. And like, I mean, dude, that's an important person in this reality because it's the dark world there. And it kind of shows you it's just the beginning of the anarchy in Gotham, like in the 70s, and then we kind of see the Batman in the 2000s because Bruce Wayne is a young boy in Joker, but with Thomas Wayne, even the punching in the face, dude, like you touched your kid,
It's totally justified.
You
Also,
know,
did you realize that this was going to be another Batman origin story
kinda. It
when
was
you watched Joker?
yeah, I
Like,
mean, kinda. I get kind of annoyed with all these origin stories now. Now I think you had mentioned to me about Snake Eyes, and I finally saw a trailer a couple days ago, and I'm like, okay, I don't care about the all Asian cast. I'm like, why do we got an origin? Why is there like we had a Wolverine Origins? They didn't do anything with that.
no.
Well, they did, and we have spoken about that one too. And then they have, there's a lot of origin movies that they just say it's an origin. At least with the Dark Knight, and I will say all three of those movies, I feel they're standalones, but there's
Hmm.
only one origin, and it's Batman Begins, and it's called Batman Begins. So that's kind of, and you could watch, and you can watch these three Christopher Nolan movies in 3-2-1 order, 2-1. It doesn't matter because they're I feel like they're just comic books. Like these are graphic novels, and these are movies that they just because even with what's the Rachel, her
Yeah.
character being from Katie Holmes and Maggie Gyllenhaal,
Hmm.
I'll say that it does not for me mess up the continuity
No.
because it's not. I don't feel like the movies are continued. I feel like it's just another day in the life of Batman in a way. Heath Ledger as the Joker, it it's a guy from A Knight's Tale, man. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Hmm.
Like, you keep practicing your acting, you'll progress. And man, it shows here. The thing I feel like Joaquin Phoenix, one, maybe because he was older when he played the Joker, but it's an origin story. So you get to progressively see him go through this mental breakdown and how the Joker is kind of conceived. And I like the fact that it's all in his head. Like all that shit is in his head.
Yeah.
It shows a lot of things about emotion, and just the writing was crazy. How like they get started, the cops in the subway shoot that guy, and then they get mangled. Like I'm like,
Hmm.
damn. Um, like with
And
these,
that's another thing too. Is like, I like these kind of timepieces because you kind of take a step away from what you know is reality because they've been trying to reach him for about his extended warranty for like it feels like weeks, but I think it's been only like a couple days. Because those cops have been trying to talk to him, and they've talked to Randall and his mom and all this other stuff, and so he's definitely a person of interest.
and
You have that imminent feeling of like, oh shit, he's about to get caught, and he keeps on evading them.
well,
It's like they don't even. I don't
it,
know.
in like the Dark Knight, where the beginning of the movie, where that's like a brilliant idea of like shooting, to get the person done and kill them. Your portion gets bigger. But I mean, I guess in criminal world, they don't really think too far ahead. Like, well, if I have to kill this guy, then someone's gonna kill me eventually. So
Yeah, like the safecracker was like, okay, yeah, no, this totally makes sense. The alarm guy took him out, and then and then he's like, no, 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 like,
I take
come
out the
on,
bus
man.
guy. What?
Yeah.
He comes in on cue. But the Joker, the way he kills like Randall, he kills his mother, he kills the three guys in the. I mean, Randall gave him the gun, and
Yeah.
that gun kills 4 people. Frank Murray, and he kills the 3 people in the subway. And
Mhm.
that scene, that just kind of that subway scene, kind of that laugh, it's like I'm saying. There's so many layers to this because that laugh is not the laugh you get at the end when you get when he's made into the Joker. And I know that this world is a standalone movie, Joker, because I mean, like Joker was Arthur Fletch is like way older than Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
and they have to have like years of battle. And if Bruce Wayne is only 10, it's like you still gotta wait another 15 years before he really comes into Batman.
Hmm.
And then by then, Arthur Fleck should be at least in his 60s or something, or closer there.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
and here, I've been kind of thinking, I've been wondering too. They said this new Robert Pattinson Batman is going to be set in the '90s, so I
oh,
wonder if it's like maybe in the same universe kind of thing.
as the Tim Burton one or this
N-
one?
no, 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 the new Robert Pattinson,
No, I
the
know, but
Batman.
as in the same universe. There's too many Batmans. So which universe?
Oh, the Joker. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I don't. I think they're. I don't think they're. I think Joker's a standalone. I think it's a
I
one-off.
think I I th- I think it is too. There has been talks of a sequel, stuff like that. I honestly, I don't think they should. I think they should just. I think you're right. I think this is a
Leave it alone.
yep
Don't
one and done kind of movie. Like
give
you
it.
get, it. And but what I think the Batman could do if it is a tie-in movie at the very least. Arthur Fleck could be a catalyst for. I mean, obviously he has a following, so maybe there's some kid watching the Franklin Murray show and he sees his
Oh, you're creating a scenario, right? Okay.
yeah, and then he sees him, sees this guy shoot him, and he just starts laughing, like
And
that
yeah,
would
it creates like another version.
yeah.
But it'd be
And that's kind of what happened in the TV show Gotham. You just kept on having a different Joker pop up like every.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of the episodes of Gotham. It's not that I just I don't know, TV series right now are kind
It's
of
really good. It's
yeah.
it's
I've heard great things.
one of the better ones that it's yeah, it's just kind of cool how they intertwine all the characters, and then Batman's still like hell. I think they even show his parents dying in that one, like at the very beginning. That's how it starts.
And a lot of these movies, like they keep comparing like Joker, like they said, like I mean they're all starting to come out with these villain. From the villain point of view, kind of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Snake Eyes is like the offset character. We need to know his origin, and then the Cruella, which I cannot talk about it right now. That one, like that was like what the hell. And then like they're trying to. And the Honest trailers, they keep. Have you seen those on YouTube? Honest trailers.
Yeah, yeah.
And they talked about like all these movies are trying to be like the villain and the villain point of view, the Joker. Everyone's the Joker. It's like Marvel's taking the Joker. That's why I think with Loki, I like the crime element to it. And we got an episode today coming out, so I'm looking forward to.
Oh, me too, man. Hey, so I have a question for you. Just a little offshoot. Did you realize that crocodile was a Loki variant? I thought it was like a pet.
Until yes, I didn't know what it was at first. I didn't think about it. Then you're like, oh, there's multiple versions of Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But anyway, back to Dark Knight and
Knight.
Joker. Dude, I have to say, with the Dark Knight, I remember going and seeing both of these movies in theaters. With the Dark Knight, I went with a group of friends. I think it was all high school friends. I was still in high school whenever this came out. Junior year. It was July 10th. Yeah. So we probably went like opening weekend or close to it. And man, it was badass. I mean, it was everything that you would hoped it would be and more. It really was. Like I remember watching this and being like, this is a movie right here.
You're talking about the Dark Knight?
Dark Knight, yeah.
And that was what do you call it? Was that the one where they had the shooting in Colorado?
Yeah. Both
Okay,
of these
yeah.
movies actually had. Yeah, it was Aurora, Colorado, and then Joker had a couple screenings where people were shooting there
That's
as well.
horrible.
I mean, I didn't go see it for a while because Kenya was like, "You're not going to see that movie." No, with people shooting at it. I was like, "Okay, that's fair enough."
Oh man, yeah, that's insane, man. That
Yeah. But I mean, both movies are about mental health. I mean, let's not steer away from that. I mean, it's tragic and it's you don't want to see that, but I mean, it bubbles some of that stuff up just a little bit, you know.
No, it's all about I honestly think with Joker, it is all a mental health movie.
Oh yeah.
I think Batman is it's a mental health. I think you're right about that, but it's disguised in a comic book way.
Mm-hmm.
But Joker is definitely a mental health seek assistance if you're having these delusions. Like this character in this movie.
You'd almost expect like the hotline number to be at the end of Joker.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a serious thing, man. I mean, like I said, we all struggle.
Oh yeah.
I have my mental health issues I work on, and it's the one thing I did want to talk to you about, and I'm just totally just side by side, just me questioning you because I'm very like, okay, let's think about this. The scene because this is what got me where you start seeing the development of the Joker, and you see Arthur Flex go in and he kisses. Well, what's the girl's name? I do know the girl. What's her name? It says her name on there, right?
Yeah, it says it beats, but I can't remember. Let's see it. I have it pulled up. It is
Sophie.
Sophia. Sophie. Excuse me.
Yeah. So that when he goes in and kisses Sophie, so like they show that in the movie, right? He goes in there and that's like a confidence thing. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to show, that he's like believes in himself that much. Okay,
well,
so
he had a good set at the comedy show, or at least so you think.
he thought, and so that being said, the scene where Rocky, where you're like, I'm glad I didn't see Stallone kind of like 70s style, like try to pick up the lady, pick up Adrian.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Movie was also shot in the 70s, and Arthur Fleck just walks in, and we see him just kiss her without
But
her
see,
consent.
yeah. Yeah, very much
Uh-huh.
so. Um,
What I'm asking is, like, are you cool with that?
well, the fact that it didn't happen, yeah, I'm all right with it. No, it's I don't know, man. Like with Rocky, okay, I guess here's the difference, man. With Rocky, he's getting beat down, but he's not getting beat down like the Joker is, man. Like the Joker finally had like one little iota of good happen to him, or at least, like I said, so he thinks. And then he's like, "Yeah, I need to go and take initiative." That's weird. That's a weird way to look at it. That's a very good question
Well,
because
I'm just,
it's the same scenario.
it's crazy how like it loops like this. Like I just
Yeah.
thought about this right
Well,
now
and
because
it just it depends on the buildup too. Like with Adrian, she's very shy and coy, and I think that may play a little bit into it. Whereas Sophie, she seems to kind of play and joke around with him a little bit.
well,
Like
I
she's
mean,
not as reserved as Adrian is. So I think that makes it a tidbit less awkward.
why not? I think you only see her in the hallway, and then the next time he's kissing her. So it's only
Yeah,
like she.
but
So
I
it's
mean,
like that's right there. The reason I'm busting your chops about it is because it's kind of loopy in a way because it's when you said that to me, I was like, okay, but then it was like, well, it's a movie, but it's in the 70s, so I guess things were different, but I don't know. But then nowadays we're watching a movie in 2019 that is from the 70s, and he's showing it in 2019 doing it. So it's like, well, they didn't do it back then, but they're showing they're doing it now. So I was like, well, but that's a power move. That's a
yeah,
confidence move. I'm just busting your
and
balls.
it's also yeah. Well, and yeah. No, I mean,
I just because
appreciate it.
and
They're
I like your
shattered
response.
over here.
What's up?
Said thanks. They're shattered over here. I appreciate
I
that.
know I like, but the thing is, the response you gave me was like, oh, something that was nice because it's like you kept it in the world of the reality of the movies.
Yeah, but
And
I do enjoy those kind of questions though, because any question that is thought provoking or kind of challenges something, I enjoy those because you try to reason it out. Whether
because I gotta say, in the part of that movie, that's what sealed it for me. I was like, he has a girlfriend, but he also has Harley Quinn. So,
yeah.
that's something that Joker's known for. And then, it's a freaking illusion, and it's like Fight Club style the way they do it. I was like, oh crap.
But
So
I'm so glad that you got lost into it too, because I feel like waiting so long on this movie, you had the potential of not doing that. Um, of really trying to analyze, especially since we're watching it for side by side too. Um, but yeah, no, well, here I'm watching a scene right now. He sees her in the elevator, and then he follows her around for the day. And then
oh,
later
so
on, she's like, "Hey, was that you following me?" So that conversation,
did
but
not happen.
no, no, no,
God, they played so well. It's like it does, like, because you want to believe in him. Like, oh, she was like, because he's honest in
yeah,
the idea,
hmm
and he's like, he's what do you call it? Like he's like you want to be able to pull for that guy, but like yeah, go for it, and he did it. I'm also saying that because girls do that too. Those go up to you and kiss you, and they expect like a reaction, like all right,
really,
So
that never happened to me.
that happens to me a lot, but I was also hanging out in bars and clubs when that happened. So it's
Damn,
not like it's
I
not.
must just not have a kissable face. I think I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
I'm not mad about it. I'm just
I don't know. Your face is it's pretty kissable, dude.
I don't know. It's kind of scruffy.
I think,
You
but
get you get some thistles in there.
I think that's the
Maybe a
lot.
few
That,
breadcrumbs.
I think that's the whole thing is you want to feel the masculinity, and then depending which version of me you get, I'll have the beard or the no beard by 5 o'clock. So it depends what time of the day. So, but yeah, I think that whole like that's part of the movie. That's why
Yeah.
like it gives you that like this is solid. This is what you're getting, and then for it to be pulled from under my feet, and the way you shot it, you made me believe it. And I mean, what you just said, it's kind of, you're right. It's a little crazy that I went this long without watching it because it's 2021. I didn't even realize 2019.
To be fair, it's not terribly. You're pretty much almost 2 years off because it came out in October. It was right before the pandemic. So, boy, that's weird to think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like October 2019 was right before the pandemic, and it
Yeah.
seems like it was years ago that should happen. Like that we were in the thick of it, at least into the thick
Yeah.
of it, into the thick of it. Have you seen any of those TikToks where they're doing the
Oh no,
backyard games?
I need to get on TikTok more.
Oh, I mean, don't do that. It's a terrible time waster, and it'll.
Hey, well,
just,
man, but Mark Lupo, he suggests some good stuff, and you know,
Oh, no, I mean, they have-
when Lupo suggests it, you got to watch it.
they do have good stuff on there, but yeah, man. You mind holding it down for just 1 second?
All right, we'll go into trivia,
All right.
and then I'm gonna go in here. Hello. You got your one-on-one with CJ. Before Ben gets back, I will say that this movie, and I didn't even realize that it's Joker. Actually, no, it's not a Todd Phillips movie. Sorry, let me retract that. But I've seen The Dark Knight. I saw it 3 times in the theater, and it wasn't. It was the same way how I did The Hangover. Just I watched it by myself, and then some friend or family member asked me to watch it again, and then coworker says go watch it, and I watched it 3 times. And I never really got stuck on the Heath Ledger performance of Joker because I think it was just that on point. I think the fact that he does a brilliant job as the Joker, and the fact that there's just so many so many other portrayals from like brilliant actors that have played the Joker, and you get to see like his version, which to me I'm starting to more, especially now what I have something to compare to with Joaquin Phoenix's version. Yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker is going up there with me as one of the better portrayals. We'll find out right now when Ben gets back. I want to hear what he has to say, but let's see. We'll go into our banners. Let's go here. Let's put a banner up real quick. I just found something on the trivia on IMDb. Let's see. It says when. Well, I don't have the whole thing. Sorry. Let's see if that works. While filming a chase scene on Lake Street, the Chicago Police Department received several calls from concerned citizens stating that the police were involved in a vehicle pursuit with a dark vehicle. So, so people were calling the cops on the Dark Knight on the Batmobile. Well, it does look like a tank. Yeah, that's another conversation. How the Batmobile looks like. When filming the cast scene with the Joker and the SWAT vans, one of only 4 IMX cameras in the world at the time was destroyed. But you got the shot, right? Made more money than Batman Begins' entire domestic. Oh, we're getting that. This is definitely a sequel movie, but it's not. It's a standalone. You know, there's a sequel to. It's kind of a sequel. I don't know. I feel like it's standalone. I feel like if they just made this movie, The Dark Knight, and you just watched it, it'd be okay. Kind of like if they just make the Joker and just left it alone, you'd be okay, in my opinion. There's a lot of. I did not know this. So let's see. This one is a nice little thing I'd like to share here. Let's see. Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
So check this little. I was in the trivia, and I was talking about Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, and how I watched this movie 3 times at the theater, The Dark Knight, and it was like the same way I watched it, like The Hangover, by accident. Like just people, you know, The Hangover I ended up watching twice by myself, so that was on me. But you know, like Dark Knight, I just remember I watched it alone, and then I had a cousin be like, "Let's go watch it." And I went to watch it. I went to watch it with him, and then I watched it with a coworker. Like, "Hey, have you seen it yet?" I go, "No." I did find this. This is funny. While filming a chase scene on Lake Street, the Chicago Police Department received several calls from concerned citizens stating that the police were involved in a vehicle pursuit with a dark vehicle. So they were seeing the Batmobile going around.
That's hilarious. Well, and it was shot in Chicago, right?
Yeah, and that's another
Wow.
thing, man. Chicago's, I guess, it has a high like crime rate.
Yeah, inner city Chicago.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm thinking
man.
it wasn't like that in the '90s, was it? Or maybe not as bad, or as we're seeing it. But what I'm thinking is, once Gotham, because they compared in DC, in the world of Detective Comics, like DC is, I mean, sorry, Gotham is Chicago, and like Metropolitan, or it's called where Superman lives. I can't even think about it.
Metropolis.
Metropolis.
Yeah.
That's New York apparently, or something. Or like,
See, and that's funny because in Joker, I felt like that was New York.
felt very New Yorkish, right?
Yeah.
Subway
I think,
and
yeah, the subway and like I think it was like the garbage strike and everything.
so and this is I'm going by, I've never been to Philadelphia, I've never been to New York, and never been to Chicago, but the movies I've seen, the sports I've seen, they kind of look similar.
I've been to New York and Chicago.
Do they look? Are they? Do they? And tell us
No,
how do you feel coming out of life? Coming out, go to visit Chicago, coming out of life. No, I'm
Yeah.
just joking.
Well, so I visited New York whenever I was 13, so the memories are a uh little shaky, but it was tall. Like the buildings, they did go on forever. Like it wasn't like you got a break from the skyscrapers or anything like that.
We're talking about height, and then
Yeah,
like,
the
you're
height.
just, like,
So
you're on a block
you
and
know
you
how
look
you
up and
can
you see a freaking
yeah,
building.
well, and you know how you can kind of like look out somewhere and see it kind of dwindling down a little bit. No, at least the part of New York I was in, no, it didn't dwindle down. Not till you got out to like the Statue of Liberty and stuff like that. Um, Chicago, I didn't get to see a whole lot of, um, but it felt like it was more spread out. It felt like there was a little bit more room there. It wasn't like people on top of each other as much. And that was really kind of the main difference. When I was there for my sister's graduation, and I got sick like the second day I was there, so I spent a whole day in the hotel room just getting over sickness. Um,
God, I hate that. That
I
happened to
know,
me in
man.
the New Orleans bachelor party. I got sick, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to go to the alligator ride? I was like, nah, I feel like
Dude,
crap.
yeah, I think my mom ended up getting sick too. But yeah, dude, like seriously, I was in bed for a good day. We ended up going. So, whenever I was in Chicago, we went to it was Second City. We went and saw the Second City Improv, and that was the first time I'd ever been to an improv show or anything like that, and it was a blast. Even being sick, like, didn't even kind of damper the mood for me. I was just trying to have a good time best I could.
Yeah,
Um,
I was let's see, I've always done stage, but whenever I actually saw a performance, was my aunt took me to Esther's Folly, and we took like I think I was like maybe a junior in high school or something, like, or sophomore, and it was a few family members, but we went to go watch it, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I didn't even think about that we paid money to watch it. I was just like, this is cool that these people just show up. I don't know. That's cool you said Second City. I was like, oh hell yeah, he got to watch some improv.
mhm.
I am back at the Fallout, so I've been
Oh.
watching some improv, and I've
Oh yeah,
kinda,
how have you been doing the
Yeah,
the
I've been
tech
doing
and everything?
yeah,
How's that going?
I went solo the other day by accident, and I want to apologize to the pioneers. I have, apparently my fingers turned into stone, and I hit the wrong music, wrong song, and I played a rap song instead of Bruce Springsteen for 4th of July, and I was like, oh, they're gonna hate me. I was like,
No.
ugh. But they were looking at me like, everyone's like, all right, come on, the show's still going. Come on, go somewhere else. Do this, do that. And I was like, all right. But yeah, no, it's going. I love it. Dude, Ty, man, I got to see him do some freaking stand up the other day. He saved the room. Something happened where kind of the life of the show kind of got popped a little bit
Hmm.
for the stand up. But then Ty showed up. I didn't even know he was there because I mean I can't tell because I have my back to everybody, which is well, you shut the door, but I was like, oh, and all of a sudden I heard the introduction, how they brought out Ty, and I was like, I've heard that before. That sounds like Ty. And then sure enough, oh, excuse me real quick, I'm watching Heath Ledger as the Joker driving in the police car. That's a badass shot, man.
Oh, whenever he's riding in the police car.
Yeah,
with
where
his
he's in
head
the
out,
driver,
yeah.
the back seat, and driving in the
Yeah.
front. That's pretty badass. Anyways, we'll talk about that. But Ty was he was there, and he freaking brought the crowd back. I thought that was so funny. Like, he did a great job. The guy's getting so good at telling stand up.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna promote him. A little plug in there. But yeah, no, he did really well. But it's going well. It's going. I'm enjoying it. It's for me to, you know, get back out there,
Yeah.
and just kind of learn a little bit what I don't know. Because just doing the podcast with us, just breaking down movies, like I respect shots now on movies. Like, how did you get that shot, or how did you do that? Like, I'm gonna keep repeating this. Clerks 2 has slowly been creeping up as one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's what it was a seed that I planted. You know, I've seen it before, but I just started watering it and understanding it more. The writing, the acting, just the whole every scene, and I think that's what Joker, man. Like that's what really. It's a misdirection movie, and I love it because I was synced in, and I think you're right. Almost at least going a year and a half without seeing it. It's been out, and it's a popular movie. I can't. Yeah, I did a good job not knowing a lot of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
sorry.
oh, nothing. I was just. You're watching Dark Knight. I'm watching Joker. But I'm at the scene right after he killed those guys on the subway, and he's in the bathroom, just like doing his little swan dance. And they're like eerily creepy scenes, but they're like in this. He's about to go kiss her right now. Right after he killed him.
Because that's that confidence, right, that he got in his
Yeah.
in his head. That how do you feel about him killing his mother?
Oh, go for it.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. No, she. Boy, that just sounded terrible. My
It
first
did.
reaction was just like, "Yeah, kill your
Yeah,
mom."
go for kill your mom.
No, man. The amount of trauma that he's been, you know, going through all this time, man, and she just let it happen, even as a young child, and I think he probably, pushed a lot of that back, but I feel like with his mom, it's somebody that's kind of holding him back. Like he stays on the straight and
That's
narrow because of her, and so killing her kind of releases him.
there you go. That's what
Um,
I was asking. But I mean, I
yeah,
was gonna ask you next, but I was gonna say, was that the release once she died?
yeah, no, that
Um,
was definitely the release because that's what kind of keeps him. I don't even want to say sane because I feel like she's the main reason he's crazy. Um, but that's the thing kind of holding him together, and then once she's in the hospital, he's just like broken, distraught, can't do anything. Then he goes and finds out, more information. Then it's like, you're not even, well, it's not even his real mom. He even says Penny at the end of it. Like, he
yeah.
doesn't say mom or anything right before he kills her. So he's completely disassociated with the fact that this is actually his mother at that point, too. So,
Because he's also like even nobody. I mean, the paperwork's there. Yeah, see, it's a very very beautiful, confusing movie on a
mhm.
good note, because there's a lot of information. Now the fact that like he's got mental health, she's got mental health,
She does,
and
for sure, yeah.
I mean, I can't, I'm not. I don't mean to say it like that. I'm just using that blanket term because mental health, like we all have it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying let's put it this way: it's unresolved or untreated because he's definitely going crazy. Now,
Or,
that all that being said, do you think that they made this movie a timepiece because the Joker is unique, like in that way? If you would have done it modern, like now, there's too many people. There's too much competition to make the Joker stick out.
no, I don't even think it's that because you have people. I mean, even back in the day, I mean, people were crazy, but they had, you know, places for them. I mean, even this kind of shows like they had a mental hospital for them. They had
No, I'm talking about the fact that
services.
I think you might be understanding what I'm saying. I'm talking
Yeah,
about the
go for
fact
it.
that I feel like if the Joker was shot, because let's say in the '70s, and let's say it's in a real reality, like there's a Ted Bundy, or I mean you
Yeah.
can't really because it's in Gotham, but let's say there'd be other people like that, that
Hmm.
from the '70s are dead, but like you have your John Gacy's, you have your Ted Bundys, you have your Jeffrey Dahmer. Well, Jeffrey Dahmer's a little bit more modern. He's a little bit more '80s '90s, but um, you have those to compete with, but there's not really a whole lot nowadays. We get to 2021 or even 2019, you have like the Unabomber, you have terrorists, you have people, you have all these and then on top off, you have social media because they use the Maury Franklin show as a vessel to show the act that what he's doing, and I feel that back then in that time that was it. That was like that was all you
I,
really
th-
had.
I think you hit on it. The social media, the whole technology aspect. If you can get away from that, it really can kind of help you tell a story a little bit easier,
Does
where
that
you're
mean
able to connect with somebody. Because back in the day, you were able to connect with people. Even he mentions it, like he wants to connect with people. You know,
so? So and that's a great thing you said, because it's like, yeah, the social media part. So do you think now to make a movie that's like this, or like just in general, a timepieces, it helps you forget about social media?
it helps you get into a different mindset. It, it's
So
it's more or less like, oh, why didn't you call the police? Oh, because you don't have a cell phone. You know, like, why didn't you call the police whenever these people were attacking this girl? You know, like stuff like that. It kind of gets you out of it eliminates scenarios that would be easy fixes. So
yes.
I think that not even so much to move the plot. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm at the point where he's talking to his social worker. He's like, all I have are negative thoughts. Like, I feel like so many people can relate to that. You know, it's like
Yeah,
all I
I
have.
honestly think with
Yeah.
sorry, I just kind of
No, no, no. Go
no,
for it. What were you saying?
I honestly think that social media really, because okay, now that you're making a movie in 2019, that's a timepiece. I get that to not have that, but it's like you and I were born in a time where there was no social media. Now, people that were born into that, I'm wondering, is this movie going to age well, or are we going to have this direction of timepieces, or are we just going to now have movies that just they don't acknowledge social media? It's such a weird tie-in for me. Like, even when I could write social media into my scripts, but into my stories. But for the most part, I'm like, well, I guess we got to be where there's no cell phone reception or there's no Wi-Fi. You know, it's like it kind of does direct your story, because
Yeah.
I think what it does, it leaves a bunch of loopholes.
Well, and another reason I think they would want to go into the past is because this is a Joker origin story. This doesn't have to be the Joker. This doesn't have to be the Joker that you see in whatever subsequent movies that you have later on. I mean, this could just be a catalyst of what made the Joker, you
Yeah,
know?
but it's later though. This isn't before. You know, this is kind of like a prequel in a sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but then you have like a. Well, I guess, yeah. I'm looking at it as like this is like a side story. I'm not seeing it as any
No, no,
canon with it.
I'm just saying like this is a side story, but this is going to be as as messed up as DC is, I don't think they would just be like, yeah, we're just going to have a Joker movie and not do anything else with it, especially if it's successful. That's just my, cynical mind thinking.
I don't know, but there's a Zack Snyder cut that's never gonna go anywhere.
Yeah,
So
so you think right now, man? I mean,
we'll see.
restore the Snyderverse is a full-fledged thing, and
But I mean, they got to bend. You know, they'd have to bend.
yeah, and if they want to continue to have people paying for their movies, they will bend.
Let's
I
see.
just, I don't, I this is that's one good thing about social media is that you can make it known, like, no, we aren't going to tolerate this. No, we don't
Yeah.
want this. To
Yeah,
bigger bigger
I mean,
corporations.
yeah, you're right. It's the space, because there was fan boards before, like literally boards where people would like write notes and put them there,
Yeah.
and that's how you get. But now it's like digital, so you could go
Well,
straight to your pocket or your
and
butt where
and
your phone's
even
at.
yeah, well, even those fan boards now. I mean, you still have like 4chan and stuff like that, like message boards and stuff. But even that can be like, oh wow, that's a great idea, and then you post it to social media, and then it goes viral.
No, I'm talking about that. That's been around for a long time, but now
Yeah,
it's digital. It's like so easy
yeah,
to get. So everything gets buried. I feel. I'm wondering what's gonna stick out after 2020. Like, which movies are really gonna pop out.
yeah.
Um, there's a lot. I mean, there's so many movies. I mean, a lot of movies you recommend are just independent movies that I like. I'm like, oh, those are awesome.
Mhm.
But I would never like, they're from like 2020, 2019, and you're just like, well, there's tons of movies. I mean, movies are just they're easy to tell now. So it's the story that's gonna have the meat in it, or the way you tell the story. Uh,
Exactly, and that's where Todd Phillips does a great job. Um, he tells the story well. He hides, you know, obvious scenes like you know from the start that this man is mentally unstable. I mean, even looking at his notebook, he has pictures of
oh yeah, what is that?
naked women and stuff like that. And
So it's just like
he
a cell
has
phone.
yeah, like and that's pretty funny. I didn't even think of that. Um, but like he's obviously mentally unstable. Like you know that from the get go. You know it. Like it's not something that isn't obvious. He's taken 7 different medications and he still feels like crap. You know,
Yeah.
and none of these are warning signs that he may be making up this entire relationship on his own. See, and I think that's even kind of a comment on us too. Is like we want to believe all this stuff as well. You
Well,
know.
the girlfriend, I didn't want to believe it, but it's there in my face. So I'm like, okay. I was like, dude, did they really? Does he need a girlfriend? I was like, but then it's like it's beautiful, like the reveal, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess
But you
yeah,
never. Well, I mean, it's just like little stuff like, and I guess it's not even that far fetched that she can find a babysitter or something like that. But you know, you never see the kid around whenever they're together. You know, it's
that's
always
true.
just him and her.
That's true. That's what because that's the part. I mean, I already knew that I was like, oh shit. That the first reaction is like, what are you doing here? Like, yeah, but when he says my daughter's in the other room, like to tell him like, don't hurt me. There's a little girl here.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then at that point, I'm like, oh yeah, they never talk about the little girl.
yeah, they never do. And you know what's crazy is like in that scene, like right before she comes out, I mean, the music whenever he's just like going through her apartment and stuff is just so eerie and you just get that cringy feeling, you know,
Yeah.
listening to it. That that I think was great because like that should be like, okay, no, this isn't real. You're making this up. Another part that I thought was fantastic is whenever he first starts watching the Murray show with his mom for the
Yeah.
first time, and then he imagines he's on the show. It scared the hell out of me too because I'm like, that's exactly how I would imagine it going. You know, like in my head, if it was an ideal world, like, and I wanted to meet a celebrity, it would just go perfectly. You know, and
And
that scared me to think that I was like, oh shit, I could probably have thoughts like that, and you know what I'm saying,
I
like,
mean, I mean, it's okay to have thoughts. It's the actions I think is the issue. I mean, you can think about a million things. Your mind is a endless place of it's like limitless possibilities. You can think of whatever you want. It's the actions is the thing. Even that's why a lot of the Minority Reports, like the movie, like people want to arrest you for things that you say that you haven't done. So it's like I'm like, well, if I got a dollar for every time someone says something like that, I'd be a millionaire. Then well, why am I still not a millionaire? Because it's just a saying. But yeah, like that's the thing about there's that boom, you're on it. Oh, the Joker.
there we are.
I didn't know it was that small. The thing, this scene right
That's what
here.
she said.
That's what he said. The scene right here where he's dancing
Hmm.
on the steps. The sorry, I should have let you
You
know.
see him going up those steps
Yeah,
throughout the
that
movie.
scene, that scene, like there was a lot of memes. I think this is the only thing that I kind of was like, all right, this would mess me up if I kind of. But a lot of memes were came out on this scene, just like like just like everything's getting shut down. This is me. I've been like this all week or something like that. I was like, oh, my brain's been shutting down since I was. It's what I'm trying to say is like, look at him on this poster, like he looks like free and let go, and he's in full Joker costume.
Hmm.
Like this is like the like how you get to okay, man. Have you seen Gorilla after all or no?
No, I haven't. No.
Except this is kind of I don't want to tie it in too much, but they're trying to I guess build a villain story or something. But like this is the way you do it. You kind of have to show the guts and the glamour of how you get there, like all the hardship. You don't just show up and you're a badass. Like this guy like he got put through a lot. And even in this photo we were talking about earlier about the release, like when his mother passed away and what like you see it here. Like this is a great movie poster. It's super simple. It's got minimum graphics. It's literally Joaquin Phoenix on a stair, alley. Like to me, like I think I'll go back to the other one. To me, with that being said, like, 'cause like you see the Dark Knight. Here, I'll pop the Dark Knight real quick. Movie
Yeah.
poster, and I mean it's Batman, obviously, right?
Hmm.
But there's a lot going on here. You got the fire, you got the smoke. There's no indication that Joker is in here other than I mean you don't get an indication that Joker's in here.
Nope.
So now we're gonna get to that point. I'm not gonna say who did better or who I want to know between these two. Well, not just these two, but like what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to step on any toes because it's right here. I'm just saying like this leave Joker as a standalone. Give the role back to Jared Leto for right now. This
Ugh.
let him do his thing. But I mean, you do have Jared Leto, Joaquin Phoenix, Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill as the animated Joker, and
yeah.
he's like because it's Kevin Conroy is the Batman. He's the Joker,
Mhm.
you know. And then you have the Cesar Romero from the Adam West, you know, Batman. And I mean, there's a lot of animated versions. There's this, what's his name? The kid Cameron Monaghan he's from Gotham.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, yeah.
there's like a few. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 portrayals of the Joker as a life character, you know. But I will say as the Heath Ledger Joker, I think he's darker than the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and I think the Joaquin Phoenix Joker is pretty dark.
So the Heath Ledger Joker is more seasoned. He has more time to kind of. Oh well, okay. So even in Batman Begins, you get that hint that you're going to have the Joker in the next movie
Yes.
because you get the Joker card. I've been finding this all over the place, you know. So I guess what I'm saying is that what makes Joaquin Phoenix Joker even, I would say, scarier is probably a good word for it, is that this is how he's starting. This is the beginning of the downfall. Like he's had a whole life of getting beat up, getting beat down. You know, nothing's going his way. He has a rich dad that doesn't take care of him.
Oh, so he thinks.
So he thinks, you know, like, and it all just kind of accumulates, and then he starts going on a rampage. At first, he's just honestly with the people in the subway, it's just self defense. Well, with the first two, the third one that he just
Yeah,
goes and
yeah.
tricks down, you know, that's not so much.
On that note, that I like that scene that they showed. I like the Todd Phillips to that end where it shows the Joker shooting that guy, but he's like in between the doors open and he doesn't know if he runs in, stays in, or goes out. Like, what do you do? Do you stay in the subway or do you run?
Whoa, being
You're shot in the
shot?
leg. Yeah.
No,
you
no,
already
I'm
got
gonna get the hell out of that subway.
So I mean, so like
I mean,
that
obviously
guy,
that's not the right choice because he died, but
I think he's gonna die either way. I think he's gonna like. So it's like, because if you stay in the subway, he's gonna get you in the. You stay in the car in the train car.
I mean, where did that woman go? Go find her. I mean, obviously, well, I mean, what's she?
That's a good move. You go find her, hide behind her.
Yeah, right. Or go find a little person and hide behind them. Apparently.
Oh,
They're-
that part where he said that they didn't question me. Do you think because Randall says that about what was his name? I gotta go.
Gary, I think it was what
His
it
name's
was.
Gary, right?
Yeah.
And it's played by, let's see, where's he at? You should be here. Where are you at, Gary? There you are, Gary.
There you are.
Lee
Leo-
Gill.
Lee Gill.
Lego. Legal.
Legal.
Yeah, that's cool, man. He
Dude,
plays.
he had to have been in Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Let's
Alright,
find
cool.
out. Let's
Oh,
give
he
him a little
was.
shout out. Oh, and by the way, we're gonna get hard on a fender that I totally wrote down last week and I didn't bring him up, but he offended and he didn't get put up, so we gotta.
Who was that?
Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay.
At the end, I was thinking like, well, I guess we're here, right? We're already here.
Yeah.
So let's. We're already repeating offenders. Don't know off the top of my head, but it was the principal from Jury Duty. He is in.
Oh, he was the guy in Casino.
Casino.
Damn.
And I was like, I had it. I have it written down, but
Jump to conclusions, Matt.
So his name, and remember I brought him up in Hatchet. What's his name? Richard Ryle, Principal Beasley. But he was in Casino, and we totally let him slip by.
Totally. I'm
Like,
sure there were other offenders, man. I don't even think we did any offenders last week.
We didn't really have any offenders.
No, let's see.
But now we have people to offend. But this week, let's kind of go through that. I don't even know really how many people have offended in these two movies.
Let's see here.
We do have Robert De Niro repeat offender.
Yeah, I was trying to think. We don't have like Gary Oldman or anything, do we?
No, we haven't got to Oldman yet.
Okay.
So he's the first. Welcome, Gary. Mark Maron. I was talking about him from podcasting. He makes an appearance, a little small little cameo in this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh look,
Yeah, so we
Mark
have
Maron.
Robert De Niro. We have. Let's see. I feel like we had some other people. I feel like I
It feels
saw
like it.
them.
And Dark Knight does. I was like, what do we got in here?
Let's see here.
I'm telling you, man, there are just so many movies. There's so many movies coming out. Like it's like it's. I feel like in the future we're gonna be divided just a little bit because it's gonna be like you didn't grow up. Right now it's the Friends and Seinfeld.
Mhm.
Who grew up watching Friends? Who grew up watching Seinfeld for the most part? Now it's like what shows are there? There's so many shows.
Okay, we haven't had Morgan Freeman.
Oh yes.
We
Welcome.
haven't had Cillian Murphy.
Christian
Okay, I have a
Bale.
question for you.
What's up?
The mayor, did I miss it? Did he die in this one or does he die in the next one?
I think he dies in the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a small scene. Yeah, he has a small scene in the other one. Harvey Dent
Harvey
with that
Dent,
burnt face. Two-Face.
Chuckles.
Tommy Lee
Wil-
Jones
William
or Aaron
William
Eckhart?
Fitchner? Oh, oof.
Oh, I don't know.
I like Aaron Eckhart. It's a little bit more. Well, the real question is Billy D. Williams or Tommy Lee Jones.
Or Eric Eckhart.
Yeah.
Because no, you're right. It'd be Billy D. Williams. Well, Billy D. Williams has a small role though. You don't
Yeah, but he
get
was
the
Harvey Dent.
as Harvey Dent. Yeah, you don't really get to. He's literally the DA dart. So if you wanted to, you can do. It's like with Two-Face, you could do Billy D. Williams' character is kind of like the prequel, like the origin, and then you get to see this Tommy Lee Jones like fully blown Two-Face, and then you get to see the midway making of Harvey Dent. You know,
Yeah.
where it says Billy D's the beginning, and then Aaron Eckhart is the middle, and then Tommy Lee Jones is the fully rendered one. So it's kind of a cool little. Oh man, that scene with Eric Roberts too. I'm happy he's finally on the list. I like Eric Roberts movies. He's a good B actor.
We haven't had Michael J. White. I could have swore.
I could have sworn, dude. I could have sworn, but I don't think so. I think we've brought him up a lot. I think that's what we've done.
I'm gonna
'Cause-
look through his.
Because in
His
Dark
filmography
Knight,
real
dude, yeah, we have Christian Bale. We got Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Morgan Freeman, Aaron Eckhart, Heath Ledger. We haven't not had any of these people. Anthony Michael Hall, he's here. So
Yeah, that's another
So-
one we can.
we'll
add
probably
to
run
the
into
list.
him. Weird science. Dun, 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 dun. And then Christopher Nolan too, in general, just like as a director, like. Let's see real quick. I did find a little banner that I was like, well, this is pretty cool. So, Dark Knight takes place roughly 9 months after Batman Begins, or Batman Begins ended. That's Batman Begins ended. Whoa. that's
How many
really cool.
months you said?
9.
Okay.
And then where is it here? The Batman Begins. Bruce Wayne drives a Lamborghini Murcielago, and the Spanish word for bat is murcielago. Wow, a little foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then-
So he was in like Mortal Kombat Legacy, like 2011. That's
Yeah, he
what
plays
Michael
Jax,
J. White
right?
was. But he was Jax. Yeah, I don't think we have. I'll be damned. Man,
You got to see a
that's
lot of Michael
crazy.
J. White's like action movies, fighting movies, like in the late '90s and early 2000s. Man, he kicks a lot of butt.
But yeah, so with the Joker, we haven't had the Randall character, man. I swear I've been seeing him pop up in so much stuff lately. He was in
He
Bill.
does- he-
He's a Billions, True Detective. He was a
Actually,
Barry.
he does have a familiar face. Like I've
Mhm.
seen that profile before.
But Zazie Beetz, dang, I'm gonna have to do her again.
Randall plays
I like her IMDb picture. It's real nice.
Glenn Fleshler. I remember him from like the '90s, dude. He played. I think he had smaller roles.
Yeah, he didn't really start popping off until like 2015. That's when I started seeing him in like a lot of stuff.
Let's see. Glenn Fleshler. Let's just go through it real quick. Let's see when he got started. Little shout out. 1993. And then he's in Sex and the City. Let's see. Garmento, Manhunt. Friends, Law and Order. He's in Grand Theft Auto. Was that 4? The Ballad of Gay Tony. Oh, did you see the They said what movie was on the Joker? It was Gay Blades. What's it called?
Oh yeah, Zorro, the gay blade of
Gay
Zorro.
Blade. There you go. The Gay Blade, Zorro, and
Dude, what about the Chechen? I feel like we've had him in
let's
something
see.
else. The
But they use the word gay as in like happy. It's supposed to be.
yeah,
It's well, that's back then in the '70s too. Man, Law and Order, The Seagull, Barry. No, I thought maybe I recognize him from Barry.
yeah.
I thought I remember him from a lot of other stuff. Maybe I thought he had like smaller roles. Let's see, and then who are you saying right now?
The Chechen from The Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight.
I feel like
That's his name. Chit. Let's see.
If we
Let's see where
have-
we're at on this.
nope,
Nothing.
no.
No
He
pulse.
just looks really familiar.
There's a character named Chuckles. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people we
There,
Um,
there has to be some people that we've glossed over, but I want to say I feel like we've been talking about the Joker a whole lot. Let's focus on the Dark Knight for a minute.
All right,
Um,
I got it in the background, right?
yeah,
Let's say
it's-
just let everyone know what a repeat offender is. Just when we watch our movies, we just notice that there's actors that keep coming out, whether they were a character actor, main actor, lead, supporting, extra. We just talk about
or
it. That's what-
director. We do have a repeat offender director today.
Todd Phillips. He's. I mean, this is. I don't even think we mean to talk about the Joker over the Dark Knight. It's just the fact that there's just so many damn layers in the Joker. And what you said about Heath Ledger's Joker is seasoned. Like, yeah, right. That was a perfect word to use. He's seasoned. But I think the fact that the reality that Joker lives in is already dark and gruesome, and he's kind of like as a. I mean, this is a repeat name, Happy. His mom calls
Yeah.
him Happy, and Happy Gilmore we did. So, you have. I mean, that's a play on words, I guess. I
Well,
don't know.
she probably just kept on calling him Happy because he was chained up to a radiator, malnourished. Oh, don't worry, just be happy.
Yeah, he
Just be happy.
started hearing all this stuff.
Mm.
You know, I'll tell you that when you become a parent, or like whenever someone becomes a parent, all the things that you did definitely do pop up. like, oh, I remember that. Oh, okay, I'll let it slide. But at the time, I didn't let it slide. You know, like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy reality. We also have in the Dark Knight. What's the name? Tiny Lister.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got-
I was thinking maybe he was a repeat offender, but that's not the case. I thought that Thomas Wayne was a repeat offender because I thought I saw him in The Dark Knight, but he's actually in The Dark Knight Rises.
So you did see him though.
No. So
No, but I'm saying you saw him in Dark Knight Rises, but he's in it.
yeah, so Thomas Wayne from Joker is in Dark Knight Rises.
And he plays Congressman.
Yeah, senator. Or
And his name is Brett Cullen.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in Ghost Rider, Joker, Dark Knight Rises, and Person of Interest. So it's three of his movies are comic books on his 4 top build. Also, with the repeat offenders, we like to kind of dig into their career. We're,
Yeah.
we're actors as well, so we like to
So,
see. what kind of
and
decisions.
after these two movies, we're gonna have probably quite a few repeat offenders.
we will have a lot of offenders.
Yeah. But so getting back to the Dark Knight, I just want to say that opening scene where you have the blue flames like coming out, beautiful, beautiful. I totally forgot about that shot of where it's like that's how it starts off.
Yeah.
It's just like flames and well, it's maybe not even flames, but like clouds of smoke or something. It's a crazy way to start a movie. It's a great way to start a movie. Christopher Nolan is a great director. I mean, can make a movie like 2.5 hours long. It did not feel 2.5 hours long. It felt 2 hours at most. But there was just so much action. He kept the story going well. Plus, you have such great actors with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger. I mean, this role quite literally killed Heath Ledger. I mean, that's what a lot of people attribute it to.
I mean, he OD'd.
Yeah, but
So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what I'm understanding is his mental state. He couldn't come back, or
yeah,
it's a. I mean, he probably went real deep in his psyche and probably got stuck there, or brought something out. I don't know. I mean, but it's hard. Like, Farley OD'd, and when you find out it's more of a self-esteem thing with him, you know, it's like with Ledger, it was like it was what I mean, don't quote me on this. I thought it was misprescriptions too. Like, didn't one of the Olsen twins happen to be there?
With River Phoenix.
No, with Heath Ledger. I never.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't bring up River Phoenix. I brought up
Oh,
Chris Farley.
My bad.
And also, but I mean, River Phoenix died at the VIP room, and he OD'd, but he also had like high amounts of alcohol in him. So
Yeah. I don't know if either one of the. I mean, they definitely look like that happened. That they were there when it happened.
I think that was like a trip when I mean I could look it up real quick, but it was a trip when like he passed away, and they said like either he knew the Olsen twins or one of them was with him at the time.
Yeah.
Now I have to look it up. God dang it! That's why I don't like. And and it's also what do you call it? What do you call it? Oh, sorry. Thank you. The what's her name?
Elizabeth.
Scarlett.
Olsen.
Elizabeth. Yeah, that's kind of like a full circle. Like her sister started out, and then then she comes out. I would say out of nowhere, and plays this role.
Yeah, it really kind of is. I mean, she had some acting credits before that. I mean, obviously, but with the Scarlet Witch role, I mean, that's kind of like her breakout role. You know, she didn't have the Full House breakout
Yeah.
like her sisters
Well,
did.
Yeah, I mean that was like I was a baby, you know, right away. Like that's
Yeah.
insane how they picked up. Hi, Michelle. And you have two of them, so you get like, you get like 4 hours. Well, back then I think you had to work them like as soon as they get on set, their time starts like children. I don't know how it works nowadays, but I remember like that doesn't mean they're seen. It's like as soon as they're on set, their time gets started. So it's like you have to use them right away. When you have two, you have twins, like the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. You know, you get to like extend the time a little bit, but.
Well, with that one, even with Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, they couldn't extend the time because they had both twins on there. If they had
Oh, that's
quadruplets,
true. Well, I was talking
yeah.
about Big Daddy, but you're right.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. Like they were both on it.
That's why. Yeah, that's why the movie industry loves twins so much because they can get twice as much out of them.
And then Linda Hamilton and her sister she does some Terminator 2 scenes. Her twin sister comes out here. I just googled Olsen twins and Heath Ledger, and it says Heath Ledger and Olsen. Mary Kate Olsen's connection to Heath Ledger's death revealed. While neither of the Olsen twins owned the apartment Heath Ledger was found in, the link to Mary Kate Olsen has finally been revealed. She then entered the room and saw Ledger lying on his bed.
Oh wow.
I guess I didn't really get anything. It just says like she walked in on him, like she was the one that found him. But I mean that's a I mean there's so many connections in Hollywood, you know. So many people like who can you get along with, or who's your your ally, or who's your friend, or who's but
I have a question for you, and it's probably. Do you think the movie would have been as big a hit if you didn't have that story with it that Heath Ledger had passed away?
Man, see, but his performance is
His performance is
pretty. Like I don't. What do you compare it to? Was this because?
I mean, honestly, man, it's.
I mean, I think
maybe like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Like I wouldn't even compare him to the other Joker. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's what I'm saying. Like it's a different. And I love the fact you use the word seasoned because like it is like he comes in as the Joker and leaves as a Joker. And I mean, even Jack Nicholson had a little origin. He falls into the vat of acid. Heath Ledger just shows up, you know.
Yep.
Like, he's just here. He doesn't have a time to evolve. It's just I'm already here. Here's where I'm at. And that's why I think 2008 Oscars is what the one I would look up for.
2009.
2009. Let's see. And that's why I mean I think I don't know. I feel like that did give him a lot of hype, but at the same time, I'm like he did a great job. Like,
yeah, okay, maybe not even so much would the movie have been a hit. I think it would have been. It definitely had that feel of like this is Heath Ledger's last film. You need to go watch it kind of feel. Whatever you know what I'm saying. Like that was kind of the.
Dude, I haven't seen. Okay, so this is what Heath Ledger had to go up against, and I don't know how you feel about this, but it's Josh Brolin in Milk. I haven't seen Milk. He as Dan White, but I think he plays
Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got nominated as a Daniel James White, who we played, and then you have Philip C. Hoffman In Doubt. That was the I haven't seen that one, but I heard good things. But it's Philip Seymour Hoffman, so it's kind of a scene. And then I think it's Michael Shannon was as an up and comer at this time.
Yeah.
Revolutionary Road, and I remember that movie. I remember watching that movie and being like, "Damn, that's weird." I saw it in the theaters at Animal Draft House, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Is that
Like-
with him and Kate Winslet?
It's Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate
Oh,
Winslet, yes.
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And then we have Mr. Robert Downey Jr., Mr. RJD as Tropic Thunder as Kurtz Lazarus. So that's
He
I
got
don't know.
nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, dude. Best supporting actor.
What? I mean, I totally see it, and I can sort of get behind that. That's so funny,
but-
dude. Like they're literally making fun of the Oscars at the end of that movie, and then they nominate. Like, why
you
would
got-
you? I think that had to have been something by Ben Stiller. To be like-
dude, I honestly like. Let's think about this. His portrayal as like playing 3 different people in one movie is pretty good.
No, I'm not even saying that. With the Oscars, you have to pay to be nominated.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
So-
I forget about that. I think I've
Yeah.
heard that before. I don't. You know, Oscars are
All right.
Oscars, whatever.
Let's see here.
I mean, Best Actor it has here for 2009. It has Sean Penn and Milk. It says Richard Jenkins and
Are
The
you-
Visitor.
Let's see here.
Brad Pitt, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke, the wrestler, he lost in that one. That was a good portrayal. Frank Langella, Frost/Nixon, Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
Dude, Robert Downey Jr. He does a great job. I think Tropic Thunder is probably one of my.
No, I mean,
top
I'm not saying that
comedy
that's.
dudes.
I mean, yes, no, I mean, hell, that's one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. So
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a good Tom Cruise. And he's just it's a great. See, Tom Cruise as Rex was Chapman or Grossman, whatever his name is.
Lex Grossman or
Lex
Les.
Grossman.
Les.
I
Les.
said the basketball player's name. Les Grossman. He him as that like I mean that I didn't even know that was Tom Cruise till I saw the end. I saw the credits. I was like, holy crap, that was Tom Cruise. Did you know it was Tom Cruise the whole time?
No.
I didn't. That's a great. That should be a best supporting actor. Yeah, you're right. It's wait, Robert Downey Jr. kills it, but so does Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It says best actress was Kate Winslet for The Reader. So the Oscar you have to pay to play. Okay,
Let's see. I mean, I'm looking it up right now. I could be wrong, but that's.
It
from what I
it sounds like something Oscar-ish that they would make you do. Well, while you looked it up real quick, look at this. This was the highest grossing Batman movie and the highest grossing of any movie adaptation of DC Comics characters. Both records were previously held by Batman 1989.
Wow. Jeez, man. Even the subsequent Batmans didn't get as good. That's
I hear people just always say, "Oh, this is just hero movies, superhero movies, or comic book movies," and they're like, for a while, I was hearing people just say they're tired of them, and I'm like, well, I grew up watching that stuff, so to me, it's interesting, but I still watch it, you know. Like, but I just like the way, like that's what I'm saying about, like Tropic Thunder is like a spoof of a movie of how movies are made, and it is so on point, and it is so. And it's got a lot of seasoned actors. There's a lot of characters that are in this movie, and then you have the like actors like Danny McBride, who's full swing at this point. You know, you got a resurgence of Robert Downey Jr. in this movie. It's Ben Stiller, and then Jack Black. Just throw him in there.
Yup. Okay.
The fatties.
Fatties
Oh man,
Part 2.
I still got it. I still got it here on. I still got Jerry Duty up. I need to make those. We need you to help me write the sequel for Jerry Duty too. We got it. It's got to be written. I feel like it's all there. Although if you take all the meat in the movie, you could still make it in modern times. I think you could make a Jerry Duty too. And maybe if we have to, we'll make the Weasel a deep fake because Robert De Niro and Joker, I'm pretty sure was deep faked.
Say that one more time.
I think Robert De Niro and Joker, his face was a little touched up, not just
Really?
makeup. I think digitally. I think so.
You think?
Yeah, because also, where was The Irishman? How close are these movies to each other?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it was 2020 that it came out, and they're
Yeah,
they're
so
fairly close. But that's a lot of money. I mean, it costs a lot to do that.
Well, let's get into that. I mean, I don't.
I
Depends.
think.
I mean,
I'm
depends
also
on the
saying
shots,
that
depends
you
on
have
the
to pay
scene.
to play at the Oscars, which
Hey, I don't. I've heard that before. So maybe I heard it from you, but I've heard
Yeah.
heard it. So let's talk about that real quick, because 50 the budget for Joker. This is ridiculous, dude. Like Todd Phillips, I didn't know how much you made off this. Budget for Joker was 55 to 70 million, and this is like you said right before one of the last movies of 2019. So made all its money like in that weekend or that month. Box office. You're gonna take a guess here at the box office for Joker.
How much it made?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say at least 150 million.
it's Batman. It's a superhero movie technically.
Are you talking like weekend or
Box
total gross?
office.
Like total box office?
Total. How much did it?
500 million.
See, that's better, but it's 1.074 billion. That's with a B con un B. It's
For
billion
Joker.
For Joker.
Good God.
That's on Wikipedia, but
That's
I mean,
fantastic.
that's wow.
It's a fantastic return. How much did you say they paid?
55 to 70. It's not even 100
to
mil.
make it.
Dude, there are real no action scenes in this
Yeah,
movie.
and you don't think that they're gonna have a tie-in to a Batman movie?
Oh, and I still don't think so. I don't know.
No, dude,
But I'm
you
also
don't-
saying that there's CGI in this movie for Robert De Niro, and I'm pretty sure there is in that 55 to 70 million dollar budget. I'm pretty
No
sure they
way,
did that.
dude. That $55 to $75 million budget was to cover Joaquin Phoenix and De Niro. That's what that was.
And the
That's
5
it.
million was that.
Yeah, dude. No, they each had to get like 20 million.
Yeah,
Easily.
Dude, that's a
actually-
good question, dude. How much did they make?
Actually, I think probably Joaquin Phoenix would take a pay cut to do this because it's such a good role, and I think he just knew that.
Yeah.
But I bet you De Niro cost at least 20 million, at least, and then he was probably 10 to 20 million as well.
Okay. Well,
Because
I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the shots are great, but it's not like it's. No, it's old ass stuff. You can find all this stuff for fairly cheap at a thrift store. All
So
the
with
costumes are older.
I mean, it's a timepiece, and I think I mean, sets and depending where they shot it, it's easy. But check this out. So I guess this is weird. There's so much there's so much coming back, but it says here, and I don't know. I'm just reading the internet. I just Googled, so I don't know if this is real or not. But if you Google how much did Joaquin Phoenix get paid for Joker, two things pop out. One says that he got a measly 4.5 million to do the movie, but then on right next to it, it also says that he got paid $50 million after. So, yeah,
Okay.
if it was $1 billion to give him 50, then yeah. But I mean, he only got paid 4.5.
Oh man, only 4.5 million.
Not only that, let's see what Robert De Niro got. Yeah, I was thinking that too, but you just said, I was like, holy crap, maybe he did. Robert De Niro got, let's see.
Yeah, he's not budging. That dude, his time is worth. No,
Nah, he's gonna sell.
he's 20 million.
How old
at
is he?
least.
How old is he in the movie? Like in real life? How old
Oh,
is he?
probably 70. He's
Yeah.
in his 70s for sure in
I
real
can't
life.
find anything on De Niro, but I did see something on Ice-T the other day when they said when he started making money, he only made $26,000 for New Jack City. Guess what movie he made his first million on? You know the answer.
Goodfellas.
No, it's Ice-T.
Wait, say
I'm
that.
talking about I-C the rapper.
Oh,
said,
what did he make his first million?
Yeah, because he did New
Oh,
Jack City.
Johnny Mnemonic.
He talked about it, but no, you're close. He was a Tank Girl. He made $1 million to play the kangaroo.
No way, dude. They had $1 million to just give away on Tank Girl.
Oh, I mean, they
That's
gave it to
crazy.
Ice-T, all that prosthetics he had to wear. That's what I'm saying. Like to do that now, that deep fake, it's not that hard. Like just, I mean, come on, you could do a deep fake on your
but-
phone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe a little touch up here and there, but no, I don't. I don't.
I mean,
think so.
I might need to bring you into the whole like deep fake thing. Like I'm using it right now. And it's like,
No, I mean, I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying that so for film, like in real time, I think it's easier to go back and do something. You know what I'm saying? Well, they have to do it in post anyway.
yeah, that's all in post. That's what I'm saying. Like, but they
Well,
have that budget, and it didn't seem like, I mean, for the actors, let's say De Niro was at least
okay.
20 mil. Let's say at least he was 20 mil, and we know that
Maybe
according to Joaquin, so the thing Joaquin Phoenix made 4.5. So half of that budget. You're right. Half of that budget did go to the actors. Those two actors. Who do you think? Who do you think? I mean, but De Niro has a small role. He's like more of the, which I found out about when you watch the Joker.
Yeah,
I'm
but
realizing
he's
that.
top billed. He's second
Yeah, yeah.
after Joaquin Phoenix.
But he probably made more, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the thing is, like, if you think about it, like, he was the one that reached out to Arthur Fletch, and he had his assistant. Like, as soon as I saw that phone call, I was like, I think that guy just signed his death wish. And
Yeah.
then you see the scene where Arthur Fletch is
Oh,
doing
it's
the
Fleck. Like
Fleck. Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
no,
Thanks
you're
for the correction. Arthur Fleck is he's doing the what do you call it? He's gonna kill himself. That was the plan. You see his plan, how he was gonna do it.
good. Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, I guess, was this guy Murray pissed him off that he just shot himself, shot him, and then he goes back and he shoots him again. He shoots him twice after that,
Mhm.
and then it's like, so it's like that's all that anger just got released on him. But at the whole time, it's also like he's the one talking to him. Like Arthur was gonna kill himself, but then he ends up getting so pissed off that he kills, what do you call it, Murray.
Murray.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, holy crap, like Mary like signed his freaking death.
Let's see here.
And then the Dark Knight. Oh yeah, see, this is I expected out of the Dark Knight budget though. What's up?
So I'm at the part where Arthur is killing his mom. Okay.
That's a hard scene to watch too.
And he says, "This whole time I thought my life was a tragedy, but now I know it's a fucking comedy."
That's
Just
good.
like the little, I like the little, like they don't overuse, they don't over, uh, the expletives, they don't overuse them. They use them at the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do enjoy that about this movie. Okay, so I went to go see this movie in theaters as well, and probably the worst part about watching this movie in theaters is laughing when you're not supposed to.
The Joker.
At Joker, yeah, and just like you see something that's funny to you and you laugh and nobody else does, and it's just like, ooh, what's wrong with me? You know, like probably
I don't
one
know.
of the
I think that's
probably
what I
one of the
said.
what's that?
That's like what I said when I watched the freaking scary movie and what's his name goes ketchup, and I just lost my
Well,
I was like,
that's a little bit different compared to this one, because sometimes it's funny, but it's not funny. You know, like whenever he kills Randall, and he's like, "You can go, Gary," and then he scares him, and then he goes and he's like, "Trying, Arthur, can you get the door for me?" "Oh yeah, sure." You know, I'm just over there kind of losing it because that's hilarious to me.
you're laughing. Okay,
Yeah,
I can see that
Because like
Well,
it's so absurd that, and not even absurd, but it's just like so real, like that you could see that happening. I don't know. There was another part that I was watching. I watched it last night, and something happened, and I laughed, and I was like, "Ooh." I can't even remember what scene it was. I wish I would have remembered what scene, but I was just like, "Ooh." I don't think that was supposed to be as funny as it was.
I think you're on that Arthur and Gary scene. It sunk to me in so many levels. So I was like, is that like his henchman now? Or I didn't want to go that route. You know, I didn't want to go like 90s five. Like,
No,
you
dude,
know.
the way he was crying, like Gary should have gotten an Academy Award for his acting. You don't even see him, but you feel
Well,
like
he's terrified.
yeah,
And then-
dude.
And
But-
then
and-
the
Well, and that's the thing about these murders in this movie is they're just so they don't feel like a comic book movie.
mm-mm.
You know,
they're passionate deaths. Like there's behind them. They're not like some guy getting shot that just runs out. Like
Yeah.
you know why he's doing it. When I saw him shut the door and lock it, that's when I realized I was like, all right, you do that so no one can run out. So he's gonna try to kill him, and then he kills Randall, and I was like, oh, okay, so there was no more running. And then I didn't even think about that Gary can't reach the lock. So I was thinking that he's gonna kill Gary right there, but then he tells him, "No, you're the only person good to me," and he kisses him on the forehead and he lets him
Yeah.
out. Like I was like, okay, relief. There's a tension part right there where you get to like, is he gone full mad? How is he gonna kill Gary? And he doesn't. You're like, oh, okay. That was a reward kind of thing. But even
Mm.
with the Dark Knight, the budget, man, this is insane because this is $185 million budget for Dark Knight. I can see 185 million. There's so many action scenes. There's so many crazy things that goes on. They flip an 18 wheeler, a rig.
Mm-hmm.
Now
And
knowing
that actually they did that.
yeah,
Like
they flipped that. So how much do you think that the Dark Knight made?
I'm looking at it right now.
You already know.
Yeah, a
How much it
billion.
made? $1 billion. That's insane. So look how far we've jumped. You don't have to make. I mean, you don't have to make. You don't need that $185 million for Joker, and it still makes us made a little bit more, but it still makes that $1 billion mark. I think it's just DC now, man, or just comic book movies. They're in high demand. Like, if you can make a good comic book movie, we'll watch it. Even if you make a bad one, we'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah, man. It's that's that DC that sells. It's the Marvel that sells. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh, I think what made me laugh last night is whenever he was. How did he get that Joker mask before he was on the subway?
He takes it off the guy's face.
No, it's before. It's whenever he's getting ready. He has one hanging up in his mirror.
Oh, Joker.
Yeah,
Well, he has the one. No, I thought didn't he take it from the guy?
yeah,
On the
but
subway?
this is before that scene.
So he already has one,
Yeah.
but it's not the same mask because he takes it from that guy.
No, yeah, it's
and-
not
and
the
he
same
throws it-
mask.
throws it
It's
away.
just it's
So it's
that
a common thing. Is
It'll-
it
it is because a lot of people have that mask
so
in the movie.
so is that kind of like with Dark Knight, how they all had that clown mask? Is it kind of like that? I don't know. It's like I'm not saying foreshadowing because it's not connected, but because Joker is man, he's a character of power. And he's more of an influence than if he is. That's where he gains most of his power. So, with him coming in the Dark Knight, he's just like a wrecking ball,
Yeah,
and I mean he gets things done, and he doesn't care about the money. I mean that line that Alfred says, "Some men just want to see the world burn." It's a great line, especially for the Joker for that movie. And then hold on real quick.
yeah. No,
I mean, hold the fort.
Yeah, I figured out what scene it was that I laughed out. He said, "My mom died. I'm celebrating," and that just kind of caught me off guard. Also, with the subtitles on, you can kind of. I don't think I caught that the first time. Randall's character is coming, and he is. I don't know whether it's like a backhanded kind of thing where he wants to come and talk to him about the gun, but obviously he had told the boss that, hey, this is Arthur was the one who got this gun. He was asking to buy it, and he was the one who got him fired essentially. So he had some rage built up there, and yeah. No, he goes all out and kills him. Has blood all over his face. Like doesn't bat an eye. It takes a little bit out of him, but yeah, he almost forgets Gary's over there too. No, the Joker is just a phenomenal movie. With the Dark Knight, the Joker in that is also you get so many different scenarios of how his origin story could have started. I've even seen theories that he was actually a soldier in some kind of war, and he got those scars from being a soldier. I can't remember exactly how that fan theory went, but
All right, I'm back.
with them giving so many different theories on how the Dark Knight Joker came to be, it makes the character even scarier, I think, because you don't know where or how this person got to be where they are. It's because I think that's what kind of helps the Joker versus the Dark Knight Joker. Like, so Arthur Fleck versus the Dark Knight Joker. You can relate to Arthur Fleck you can empathize with Arthur Fleck, but with the Dark Knight Joker, there's little to no empathy there, because if and he gives you different stories, but if you don't have an actual origin story, then you are less likely to empathize with that person. You know what I'm saying? What do you think,
I get
CJ?
where you're coming from, but I don't think you need an origin story. I honestly don't think you need origin stories.
No, no, no.
Um,
I don't think you necessarily do either, but I think that so say if he had just said the same story over and over again, if he was like, "Oh, my dad did this to me. My dad did this to me." Then you might get some sympathy for that Joker by the end of the movie, like, oh, okay, he had a abused childhood, but since he changes it up, you can't trust him. So he's an untrustworthy villain. First off, I mean, you
all right,
obviously
that's all
know
right.
that,
Okay, I'll get
but
going.
you since you have no it's almost like as soon as he does that, the second time he tells the story about his wife and getting the scars and everything, it's like you lose any little bit of empathy you could have given to him
Yeah,
right there, you know?
yeah.
Because after that, he's just a sociopath, a psychopath, really. Like you lose complete, like you can disassociate from him after that. I feel like now with Arthur
I
Fleck, I mean, I don't know about you, but watching this movie, I'm just like, oh man, like there's, it's almost, you know, some of the thoughts he has, like the like I said, the Murray kind of dream that he has. I was like, oh, I've definitely done that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Just like have these scenarios going through your head where you meet somebody and this is it. It just goes the way you think it will. You know.
yeah.
So
I think with the breaking down of the psyche for Arthur Fleck, I think it's I mean it relates to a lot of no what's going on.
what's that?
Sorry, I think he.
Hello. Yeah, but no. Um, with Heath Ledger's Joker, it's it's kind of like what Alfred said. He just wants to see the world burn. And even with Arthur Fleck, I mean, you get that feeling too that he wants to see the world burn, but it's because the world is just such a terrible, horrible place, and you get that feeling throughout the entire movie. You just see society keep on shitting on Arthur Fleck, and then you get this person. You get the result of ignoring somebody, and that's another thing too. Is he mentions I think whenever he's on the show that he's like, if I was laying dead on the street, everybody would just pass by me, and that happens numerous times. I mean, even when he goes to walk into the hospital and the door doesn't catch open to see him, it's like he there? Is he real? He even says like there are times that I thought I wasn't real, you know. Um, and what a strange concept. I mean, I know whenever he's going to the hospital, he's going in the wrong door, and sometimes they won't open for you like that. But I mean, oh, there's been plenty of times where I walk into the exit and it still opens up. But he was trying his damnedest to get through that door. It just wouldn't open. Not till somebody
So,
else came through it. Um,
um,
I
sorry
was
about that.
no worries, no worries. I was just saying that how Arthur Fleck had said at one point he was wondering if he even existed. Like he didn't even know if he existed.
Yeah.
And there are numerous times throughout the movie where it's kind of true. You know, whenever he tries to go back into the hospital and the door won't open for him.
No, I thought that was. Oh no, that was kind of a like he's a clown kind of thing. And he goes, "It's
Yeah.
an exit only." Sorry, we're potty training here. I think he was like, "I gotta go," and I was like, "All right." Well, we're potty trained. I keep it going. What I was saying though, I think what especially with the Joker, I think he's honestly just speaks to the inner millennial and Gen Zer,
Yeah.
that frustration that's all. I think that's what happens with our with especially I feel like people closer like our age and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he really like crafts that anger. But outside of that, because I mean, that's why it's another timepiece. Because I'm like, there's not a lot of how you know treat yourself, or like if you do it nowadays, it's like, oh, you're just gonna get mad and shoot people because you're having a bad day. Because
Yeah.
it's like we all go through this, and especially in Gotham, it shows like this struggle where everyone's in it, and this is the way he handles it. And I mean that's what I'm saying. I think for that inner person that's just like wants change and doesn't know. I mean, his character to me, I think he has a realization because when he said that line that my life's a comedy, not a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's like a very thin line there, but he's right. And at that part, it's like beautiful poetry. At one point, where it's like he's like, yeah, laugh at me. It's no longer laugh with me. It's laugh at me.
Yeah.
That's why I get from that. And but I like that scene though. That was probably one of the most realist scenes where he turns around and walks into the glass. He's not even trying to be funny, but it's like the comedic part of that joke is right there, and he's like, you know, I feel like he can't really break the he is a clown, you know.
Yeah.
But
And
But then
that's his favorite job too. I mean,
Yeah.
he even says it, like he loves being a clown, and he loves making people. And that's the thing is he does enjoy making people laugh. I mean, he's going in there to a children's hospital. I mean, it's not like he is completely desensitized from people.
yeah,
At least at least at that point. At least at that point.
It's his final like holding on his final hinge.
Yeah.
What would you do if those kids did, like, say you had a job where you had a sign or you had a briefcase and or whatever, like the kids took the sign, would you chase them down? Two things I learned is, one, I don't think I would chase them down for that job, but two, running like a clown, it's got to be hard. You see the way he runs?
with those shoes and everything. Yeah.
And I got big, I wear 13, I got big feet.
Yeah, but if
when
you have a shoe that's bigger than your foot.
Yeah, I'm a size 8. Size 8.
Well, no,
So I
like
wear-
yeah, like so your size. What if you're wearing a size 24 and you're size 13?
Dude, that's
Yeah.
Shaq's foot in there.
So one thing I don't understand is, okay, so Murray comes in to the show when he's talking to Joker in his dressing room, and he already has writing on the
Yes.
Why is that not like, why'd you write on my mirror? Like it's almost like he's trying not to, like, first off, why does Murray Franklin even give a damn about this guy's mental capacity? You know, I don't see Murray Franklin as a sympathetic, nice guy, even though he tries to play it off in that little moment right there. I don't see it. I don't know. You don't.
I
know what I'm
gathered
saying?
something from that, and that's a good point, man. Because Murray is kind of he's the face of society, is what I would say, and he brought him on there to ridicule him, to make fun of him.
Yeah.
And I think there's a point there where, because it's the Mark Maron character, and then you have Murray, and then you have Arthur right there, and
This is another beautiful scene whenever he's like dancing behind the curtain.
yeah,
not
that's
even
awesome.
dancing, but like just
Doing the
moving.
little. I mean, his performance when he comes out, he's like, what an entrance. But even that scene where they're talking, and you have what do you call it? You have those three characters. There's a sense where you know that Murray's like talking to him as a professional, thinking that Arthur's gonna act like a professional. And then when he comes out with that entrance, he has like it's awesome. Everybody, like, he practices it. He was waiting for that, and he gives it, and he delivers. Even his makeup's on point, you know, shit like
Yeah.
that. Like he looks like the role. Like he took his time to do all that shit. And then he shoots Murray, and you're like, oh, that's the release. That was his final. But that's what I'm saying. Back then, because I think there is a, and I should look this up. There was an actual shooting on live air. I think they made a movie about it.
Oh, is
there
it
was
called Joker?
Nah, not shooting.
No, I love whenever he goes out and kisses the doctor.
That's another one where he just goes up to her, and
And she
I mean,
just looks so disheveled from it too. It's so funny.
see, this is why I'm also like trying to, like, you got to watch out what you look up, because you can find a bunch of stuff nowadays. I do remember, like, in this, like, I guess I want to say the 70s, there was a guy that shot someone else, and then they made a movie about it. I could have sworn they made a movie about it. That it was a
Maybe they chose the 70s so they could have the Joker smoking cigarettes the entire time.
That
and not
too.
have anybody say anything.
I mean, he comes out on stage smoking a cigarette.
I know, man. He's in the hospital smoking a cigarette.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah.
Because he does it so naturally. You know, cigarette smoking. That's another, like. I mean, I still see people smoke cigarettes once in a while, but It's usually Gen Xers or Boomers. Not really. Never mind millennials. I know a lot of millennials that smoke cigarettes.
They vape.
Yeah, now the vaping things is the equivalency of that. Oh, I don't know. I cannot do the cigarette thing. I think it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah,
of,
I've
smoke.
never been a cigarette smoker at all.
Well, apparently there's a technique to smoking a cigarette, and I don't know how to do that technique very well. It's like a double inhale or something.
Really?
And I always end up like it just gets stuck in my nose and my mouth, and I'm
It's always just like it was so harsh. It was just too harsh for me. Yeah, never liked it.
Cigars?
No, cigarettes.
No, cigars. What do you think about cigars?
I haven't smoked one in probably about 5 or 6 years. I had a bad experience. It caught me on the wrong day and got me a little green.
Though
So-
I popped on a cigar. I didn't know what I was expecting.
Oh, were you inhaling?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, I was inhaling for like a while
Yeah.
until I popped, and they're like, "Dude, what the fuck? You changed? You do?" When you said green, I was like, "Oh, my face, I looked like pale and like gross."
Yeah.
It totally killed the mood. I remember I was like, "Nah, I need to leave already." Like I forgot we were hanging out, and it's like a dinner thing. I was like, "Sure, I'll smoke one."
I have smoked a Cuban cigar, and that is nice. I enjoy those. Actually, not even smoking them, just chewing on them.
That's another thing.
nice.
Like, I know Schwarzenegger does that. He always puts it in his mouth and just like I guess that's the flavors is what you're getting?
You get the nicotine through it.
I mean, have
as
you ever
well.
had a Rillo or Switzer Sweet? It's like,
Yeah, no. You know those backwoods cigars they have,
Yeah.
like the banana flavored ones and shit like that.
it's pretty good.
If you could just chew on those, you don't even. I don't recommend smoking those. Just chew on them, and it's almost like chewing tobacco, but not quite. But
What do you think about Christian Bale's performances? Because we've had two Batmans on here. We have two Ben Afflecks and one Bale as Batman.
yeah,
How do you feel about? What are your thoughts on that? It's Christian Bale's Batman. My cousin, one of my cousins, we were talking about it, and he says he does like the fact that Affleck has like a voice changer,
yeah.
and then you have the Christian Bale just where is she, or like what's it's like you have like him doing the voice.
Well, and then you have Christian Bale's performance that just kind of made a whole parody of Batman's voice.
That's what I'm saying. That
after
where he
that
was like,
movie.
I said where is she, but that's Martha. But I meant like where Christian Bale's talking like this the whole time, which
Where is she?
yeah,
You know?
this one I did pay attention to. That there's a difference between Bruce Wayne and Batman, but did you see Christian Bale with as Batman without his helmet on so long? You just think it's it's, I don't know. What I was trying to say is there's a big significant difference between Bruce Wayne and the way they show him all like party boy. He's just a rich kid, and then they show Batman just the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I did also like in the beginning where he showed those vigilantes, and he goes, "What's the difference between you and me?" And I forgot
I don't
about
have a
that
gun.
because the
Yeah.
guy's eyes, you can see the guy's eyes. Like you never see a Batman's eyes, and that was like
Mhm.
always a vigilante with a shotgun. Those
Yep.
are like the other Batmans. They can't fight, so they show up with a gun.
And are they working with the Scarecrow?
Or they don't have billions of dollars. What's up?
They're working with the Scarecrow, right?
Yeah. That
To-
that was a cool part where
Yeah.
he hits that guy with the because and the Scarecrow is the only reoccurring character in all three films. But even at that, he's just
Is he in the third one?
yeah, he's in the third one.
Okay.
He's at the end.
All right.
Uh,
Oh, I think I thought I found the part earlier where it made me laugh. He said where he's talking about the guys on the train that he killed. It's like they couldn't carry a tune to save their lives. And
That's when the real but also think of that time, people weren't talking like that.
no,
Nowadays, like we have two guys on a podcast on the internet. He's able to use words like shit, crap, whatever. I don't want to cuss too much, but my sons are not too far. But
Shoot,
you have
dang.
you have
you could,
yeah
you
you
could
have
do
you
like
have,
the
but-
Hangover. He's like, shit, shoot, damn,
Oh.
dang.
we do have a repeat offender that almost slid by, and I wanted to make sure. Brian Callen, he's in both Joker and The Hangover.
What was he? What was he in Joker?
His voice stuck out to me, and I gotta say that the new viewing experience I do is I enjoy the way I watch movies nowadays.
With
His
the
voice stuck
subtitles
out.
or what?
Subtitles, and then with the earbuds or my earplugs,
Yeah.
so I can hear it. Just like you basically block out everything and you just focus on every word. And I heard his voice. He's when Arthur Fleck is getting all his stuff from his work,
Uh-huh.
and there's a guy talking to him, and the guy's sitting down putting on makeup. That's Brian Callen.
Oh.
And then Brian Callen is the guy, I guess, Army or what's his name?
No,
And,
he's I know who he is in The Hangover. He's
yeah. Hey, what's
he's
up?
the
Why'd you-
wedding
no, no,
the wedding guy.
yeah, no love. What's up? No love. For Amir or whatever his name is. He goes. He's the guy from the wedding center. I mean, sorry, from the wedding from the chapel. But Eddie, is that his name? Is the
Yeah,
Eddie?
Eddie.
Is that his name? Let me check it up. Yeah, Eddie. Here he goes. Brian Callen, Eddie. So he goes. No love for Eddie, but that's he's in here. So we almost let another one slide by, but we caught him.
Yeah.
But he's in there in a very. I need to know what the he's in almost every Todd Phillips movie. I don't think
Yeah.
he's in Old
Oop.
School.
Oh, he just. Yeah, I think. Yeah, he is.
He's in Old School.
Yeah. He was one of the pledges.
Okay, so he's on all of Todd Phillips movies. I need to know the connection with that.
Yeah, no, I just got to the point where he kills Murray.
Man, and even the way that's actually not a bad reveal of the death, you know.
No, it's shocking.
Exactly, and it's build up. And I was watching it, and I was like, I know I just gotta shoot this dude because there's like 10 minutes left of the movie. I was like, what's gonna happen? I go, I know he obviously doesn't kill himself. Who does he kill?
And remember, that's life. And then it cuts out. Like that's great.
And it's got to be super crazy. I mean, but it's also Gotham City that doesn't really exist in the 70s, I guess. So it's such a trip, like how you can kind of compare it to Chicago. But well, let's go through the reviews. I mean, we talked Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is just a.
I feel like everybody knows about the Dark Knight, man. Like it's really good. Why do you think? Here's one question. Why do you think Alfred didn't give that letter to Bruce?
Would stop him? I guess.
What's that?
Would stop him? I don't know. Like I never really.
I mean, do you think that he would stop being Batman after he wrote that, or after he read that?
I think that's my only conclusion, and then that's my only.
Even Alfred doesn't want him to be Batman by the end of, Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, he's grilling him by the end.
Yeah.
And even like in the first one, he even tells him, all of them push-ups, you can't even pick up this board. It's a big old base beam on his back.
Yeah.
It's like, Michael Caine as Alfred was a good.
It really was.
Portrayal. Man, it's kind of like Patrick Stewart as Professor X. You kind of you see that coming. You kind of want it, but I never really thought about Michael Caine playing Alfred. But then you have Jeremy Iron playing Alfred now. Was like, Scott, you should not turn your back on me. No, it is you who should not turn your back on me. I do that to Maxwell all the time. No, don't turn your back on me. Yeah. And my son actually said, he goes, put on Disney Plus, Lion King. It's my favorite movie. And I'm still like, you still don't know Mufasa dies, so let's hold up a little bit.
Wait, how does he not know Mufasa doesn't die?
I skip that part, man, every time.
No, you
Every time.
give that part to that child.
Not at this age.
I
can't.
What? Okay, man. When did it come out? 95?
No, 92. The Lion King.
No, it was 95. It had to be like 94.
Oh
95.
yeah, it was 95. I keep thinking.
And how old is Max? 2?
3.
3?
94. Lion King 94. I get confused with Free Willy because I remember they had the same.
I watched Lion King all the way through.
Yeah, 93.
At that age. I was 4 in 94.
Oh, then I gotta wait till these 4 because
I mean, okay, I was 4 at the end of 94. I was 3 whenever Lion King came out. I understand why you do that. It's admirable, but man.
Well, it doesn't even matter anymore because he knows what death is. We take him to the zoo, and like we take him, we see him, things attacking each other, and then, but he actually knows what he's like. So I should actually not. At this point, it's just the fact that I've gone so long without him seeing it that I think I'm just gonna keep it going. The tradition must stay.
It's gonna scar him, bro. What was it? I was watching The Simpsons the other day, and it was like Milhouse was talking about Finding Nemo. He was like, "Did you know there's a chapter 1 in Finding Nemo where Nemo has a mom?" And he's like, "I didn't know Nemo has a mom. She doesn't for very long."
The old Simpson jokes, man. I wanna just binge watch Simpsons, but it's too
Dude.
much, man.
And I have to say, in this, Martha Wayne is very old in this one.
Yeah, yeah. I did notice that. I do like the Thomas Wayne statue, man. The big guy, like he's
Yeah.
got to be tough. He's from Gotham because even Bruce is like in Dark Knight. He's like, so you feel like he's one of them. He's one of them, but he's I don't know.
He's like, where was Wayne Manor at, or how far outside of St. Louis?
Yeah, he doesn't. We're still in there. Wait, we're still in the proper like,
So, yeah, right.
the suburbs. He's like,
So, with Harvey, okay, so I got the Rachel question out of the way. With Harvey Dent, if the Joker hadn't gone to see him, do you think you would have like?
he
Man,
buried like that seed in his head, huh?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think I don't. I mean, Harvey Dent feels like he's the only one that lost Rachel, and obviously Batman did too.
Yeah.
But Bruce Wayne doesn't seem like he cares about Rachel that much to Harvey Dent. You know, like he knows, like Harvey Dent knows that Bruce Wayne and Rachel are friends, but yeah, I don't think that he actually thinks that Bruce Wayne cares about her, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, you're right. The connections
Because
there,
he
but
has
it's not,
to-
it's not. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
he has to
spiritual.
play it off like, oh, I don't care about this lady. So
The scene where they're having like the dinner and he goes, oh, Bruce Wayne comes in. And he goes, hey, we'll get a couple tables together, and then Harvey Dent goes, I don't think they do that here. He goes, why? They should. It's my place. It's like, and then there's a line that Harvey Dent says, and that's a great line because it's like you die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain because it means you know too much shit. In the
Mhm.
beginning, you can be the hero, but then once you start seeing, and that's one of my favorite lines. I cannot remember what movie it is from. I should know it. It's probably a movie I've seen a lot of times, but he goes, "What's the difference between a villain and a hero?" It's like a superhero, a supervillain. Do you know the answer to that one?
time.
Motive,
Ooh.
because a superhero and a supervillain have the same strengths. This is the decisions that they make. They're the same strengths and weaknesses, but this is
Yeah.
decisions. I mean, you can get super detailed and be like, well,
That was
Yeah.
probably Mallrats.
probably. Hey, man, Mallrats is the first official Stan Lee cameo.
Really?
He plays Stan Lee.
He wasn't in the Hulk series.
Ah, dude, that's a good one. Did he ever Hulk out? Oh well, as we were winding
Well,
down, that would be,
but you were even then you said Stan Lee as Stan Lee. So yeah.
I mean, his voice comes out a lot in like the animated series, like Excelsior, Stan Lee here.
Even in the oh wait, what am I doing? In the video game, the Spider-Man video game, man, the one on PlayStation, I love that game, dude. And you would go around and like collecting comic books, and then you could open new skins from doing that. And Stan Lee was narrating the whole thing.
That's
It was great.
badass.
Yeah,
Dude, he has 127 credits, dude.
yeah. I was just about to look up and see if he was.
Yeah, so let's see. Damn, he's got. I mean, Endgame was his second to last. This is Big Hero 6 series was his last thing he was in. I mean, Captain Marvel as Stan Lee. I mean, he was reading Mallrats and Captain Marvel.
actor.
Let's see. The Incredible Hulk. Narrator. So he's in there.
Oh wow, he was narrating the show.
Yeah, I remember his voice would come out. The TV series narrator. Oh, the Pride of X-Men. That's the one where Wolverine has the Australian accent. Oh, I'm gonna get out of here. Has a horrible accent, but he does. Oh,
I guess I was talking about the live action live action Incredible Hulk. He was in the trial of the Incredible Hulk, the movie.
Oh, this is the freaking. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I got him confused. So in the real. Oh, I mean, if we want to go canon, then yeah, we have to look it up that he was in that. But I think the Mallrats is the official
Let's
movie.
see.
Stan Lee.
Oh yeah, movie, because he was Stan Lee in the Muppet Babies.
Yeah, see, like you find something like that, like that's like a nice little gem to find, but we gotta go digging for it.
Yeah, no, that's the first Stan Lee as Stan Lee. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it just says Stan Lee. So
Wow,
you know.
and then let's see here. That was 95. That's so weird to think that in 1995 we have Mallrats, and then 5 years later we have X-Men. You
They
know?
wanted it, man. Did you just see the cast they wanted for X-Men?
I'm just saying, like, but like, X
Or saying
Men,
that,
I
that
feel was like way the caliber was high. The movie, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, for the 2000, hell yeah.
yeah, and even like Spider Man, like 2002. So 7 years later, we get Spider Man. Like it's just that's mind blowing.
I mean, look at Dredd, 95, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about that, and Judge Dredd has a nice freaking, like, nice sci-fi feel to it.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a totally different like Judge Dredd feel compared to X Men. Like that's 5 years difference.
Yeah,
And
it makes a
they're
big difference.
their action movies. Like you lose all like I still feel in like 1995 you still have like that 80s vibe going on. You know,
Yeah, I can see that.
with your
'cause
action movies. I mean,
well,
even
the
Mortal
the action
Kombat.
movies calmed down mid '90s, and they prop them back up in the 2000s. So a lot of the art pieces, like a Fight Club adaptation, stuff like that, those movies that normally those movies started getting real popular. Indie movies, there we go. The indie movies
Yeah.
were getting real popular in the late '90s. But you're right, it's a huge difference, man. And then now, from where we've come, and now like everything's like blue screen. Like you don't even see like making all these fake cities. Like you don't even people aren't even in front of a real city, a real building. They're in front of a digital one, which is that's mind-boggling to me. I'd rather see a real city, a real feel. You know?
Well, would you? How would you
Yeah.
know?
No, I'm saying I'd rather like. Well, put it this way: if there's a scene of a movie that's shot and I can go visit it and I can take a picture in there, like
Yeah,
the Nightmare on Elm
I-
Street home,
I
I
get
like
what you're
that. But
saying.
if it's all digital, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna just Photoshop myself in there.
Yeah. It's the 2020s, bro.
2020, yeah, I get digital.
Oh. Yeah. I'll save this question till after the podcast. It's kind of a
Write it down. Don't forget I want to know.
don't worry, I already wrote it down. It's
Cool. All right, let's rate these movies because I think this is more of just of a hangout session, and
Yeah.
I think that's what we wanted. It wasn't really like, hey, this movie's badass. Well, it's just I mean, like you said, everybody's seen Dark Knight.
Everybody's seen Joker now.
No,
That
now
you
and I'm
have.
the last one.
Yep, you're the last one, buddy. Congratulations.
It says on the Batman, the Dark Knight poster, "Welcome to a world without rules." Ooh. So let's see. Let's do a little rating real quick. The Dark Knight, 2008, PG-13, 232 minutes, which does not feel like 2 hours and 32 minutes. On IMDb, out of IMDb rating, wow, this is a 9 out of 10, out of 2.4
Dark
million
Knight
votes.
is?
Dark Knight is a 9, and
Dang.
I noticed its popularity thing has 100 on it. So wow, you're right. Everybody knows about this movie.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, that's why I posed that question. Do you think this movie was garnered so much respect and so many accolades
Yeah.
had this not been tied with
Man, good point. Good
his
point.
death?
Good
As I mean,
point.
I don't want to link a tragedy to.
No, you're absolutely right, dude. You're absolutely right. Now, is this a real rating? Is this just because Heath Ledger was in it? Because this wasn't Heath Ledger's last movie.
No, it was like the Imaginorium or
Yeah.
something like that.
You're gonna watch it again, Mr. Emporium's. You're gonna watch it again.
Wonder Emporium. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the Imaginorium of Dr. Parnassus.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I know Johnny Depp has a role in it. And then who does he share this role with?
Christian Bale. No,
What's his?
Hugh
well, it's
Jackman,
Christopher-
wasn't it?
I think it is. Is it Hugh Jackman? I think so. It says, I know Johnny Depp has. Christopher Plummer has a. Oh no, no, not Christopher Plummer. Who is it? I guess I gotta look into this. Oh, it's a Terry Gilliam movie.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the one I need to watch. Brazil.
that makes sense.
But let's see. Let's look for Johnny Depp real quick. And this. Is he? I thought he was in this movie. I may be wrong. No, he is.
Who? Johnny Depp? Yeah, he.
Yeah, he's in
definitely
it.
is.
Yeah, he's in it. So here it is. It's Jude Law, Johnny Depp play this.
Jude Law. That's who it was.
Jude.
Jude.
Yeah, Jude the dude. And Colin Farrell. It's Jude Law, Colin Farrell.
Oh, Colin Farrell. That's the Australian sounding dude that I'm thinking. of.
Yeah, so there's 3 of them playing there. But go. What do you got there for the? Oh, I forget. Do we? Yeah. What do you got there for the Rotten
For the Rotten Tomatoes on the Dark
Dark
Knight,
Knight, yeah.
is going to be the tomato meter is certified fresh, 94% out of 344 reviews. Audience score 94% out of 250,000 ratings. The critics' consensus on this bad boy is dark, complex, and unforgettable. The Dark Knight succeeds not just as an entertaining comic book film, but as a richly thrilling crime saga. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty badass. Yeah. And we
completely
got the
agree.
Joker. I mean, as a 94, let's talk about that real quick. A 94, and that's pretty close to being they're both sides. Yeah, I think, and I think I'm starting to notice a trend here that this movie probably got more tomatoes, refreshed because of the death,
Yeah.
because it is actually tied to something.
Well, I mean, once we see the scores for the Joker, we'll know a little bit more.
Aha. Aha. Let's go there. Let's get there. The Joker, 2019, rated R, 2 hours, 2 minutes, an 8.4 out of 10, and only 1 million people voted. That's still a good amount. And then it says popularity is down 86. Where does what's the Joker? Oh, what you
Rotten
got?
Tomatoes, I have a 68% on tomato meter scores for Joker. Um, out of 586 reviews, I have an 88% on audience score out of 50,000 verified ratings. The critics' consensus is Joker gives an infamous central character a chillingly plausible origin story that serves as a brilliant showcase for its star and a dark evolution for comics-inspired cinema. Yeah. So 68% on a tomato meter.
That's pretty low, man. And an
That's
88.
really low. 88 for audience
Audience.
score, which is
Kinda-
I feel like that is
That's about yeah.
that's about right.
That's about right.
I could see this being triggering for some people, and them saying no, this is not. You know what I'm getting at. Like
What's dark, man? I feel like
it
dark
is.
movies. This is a dark movie. I feel that they have a hard time. Like a horror movie, you know what you're going into, man. A crime thriller, you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. Even if something gruesome happens in a horror movie, it's a horror movie, you know. But a 68 and an 88. I think I don't. The tomato meter with me, I'm never at agreements with it. We're always at odds. So I'm like, okay,
Even
The-
with the
the-
94, I don't think we're in agreement. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like I'm always like, you're right, exactly. With a 94, is Dark Knight 94? Maybe, but is it a 90? Maybe. Is it 94? Maybe not. A 68, man.
that's
I don't think it's.
that's too low. in
I
my
don't think it's an
opinion.
88, but I don't think it's a 68.
Mm-mm.
78 might.
I think yeah. I mean, at the very least, it needs to be. I think for the tomato meter, at least an 80. Me personally,
Yeah, like somewhere in there. I mean, we can. I mean, we can talk.
75 to 80. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I totally see that. Yeah, like I can see that. Well, let's rate real quick, and then we can move on. We got about 9 minutes left for the Dark Knight. Wait a minute. Oh, wrong movie. For the Dark Knight, I was still on that Imaginary movie. I would give it out of our 13 patented score, 1 through 13, 1 through 10 being the. What happened, Papa? Oh, he fell. 1 second. Let me go help
Yeah.
him.
So we here at Side by Side have a patented 13 score rating, and where we get that from is 1 through 10 is, that's good, but we need an extra 3 to kind of feel it out if like this is a movie that we would like. A 13 is going to be a movie we think everybody should see. We think that this is a movie that anybody can watch, that anybody is going to get something from and enjoy. At the very least, get something from it. And then 11, 12 are those scores are going to be like this movie is very close to that, but would we recommend it to everybody? No. So
About that, he got tangled up. He like his father, who's I guess tries to do some creative stuff, and he tries to ride his tricycle with his blankets, and then they get caught up at the bottom part, and he gets wrapped up in it. Nothing dangerous, but just kind of like where he can't move, and he was like, I'm stuck. But it's funny because he's like in the middle of the living room, and he's like, I'm stuck. I'm like, there's nothing you can get stuck on but the blankets that you put on yourself. And then I'm like, oh, he's my kid, so yeah, I totally would have done that. All right, where are we at with the scores, right?
yeah.
So, did you explain what the score rating?
Yes, I was.
Cool,
That's
thank
what
you.
I was getting at. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Got my back. I'll say for The Dark Knight, it's very easily, it's not a 13, 12, or an 11 for me, but it's a hard 10. Maybe an 11. I'll give it an 11. Sorry, I lied. It's an 11. Like, I really, out of the 3 Nolan movies, I think this one probably is my favorite one. and
Yeah.
it's not like I said. It is kind of like a direct sequel, but it doesn't have a sequel feeling to it. But then when you did say about Batman Begins, and you see I forget about the card at the end, so it kind of it's a little foreshadowing that you know he's coming. But it's well, I mean, it leads you straight to this, so yeah. But I give it an 11. What do you got?
12.
12, yeah.
Solid 12. I think this it's a great movie. It's a great performances from all the cast and the crew. Aaron Eckhart does a great job as Harvey Dent, aka Two Face. Gary Oldman as Commissioner
Yeah.
Gordon. I mean, oh, excuse me. He starts off as Detective Gordon and then ends up Commissioner Gordon. But yeah, man, no, this movie is it's solid. It's a like you said, it's a great standalone movie. You don't even have to watch the other two to feel like you know what's going on, or to even get any background. Everybody knows the Batman story. You've seen it a million times, the origin at least. But yeah, that's why I give this movie a 12.
All right, a 12. Oh, darn. No, yeah, I totally. I was actually doing something, but I accidentally messed up. I was gonna do one of these real quick, but I forgot to hit add. So let's just.
What do you? I want to know your rating for Joker.
So I was doing this one real quick. Just
Oh,
came
okay.
in.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just breaking news. I'm gonna change the backdrop. So be ready. Where is it at? Banner. Let's go here. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, he's ready.
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm just joking.
He's been out laid down the whole time. Just like
Oh
There we
man,
go.
boy, I was really comfortable there for a minute.
we got a 12, man. I got. You're right, dude. It's a 12. This isn't 11. Joker, on the other hand,
This I want to know your score first.
man,
I already have
it's-
mine written down.
it
So
sucks. I didn't have a score going into this. So
no,
that's
you don't. You don't need one.
No, you don't need
wanna-
one. But like I like to joke and or, like Joker, but I like
Ha.
to know that I'm gonna do like I'm like this seems like I'm guessing this is gonna be a 9 or a 10, and then or a movie that I'm rewatching. I'm like I remember it was like this, but with this one I just kind of went in blank slate and just watched it. Man, I hate doing this, and it sounds like that, but it's like it's a 10, but I want to give it a 9 score. I'm not too. I like the mental health aspect. I really did like that. I like the breakdown. But it's as a movie as I'm gonna watch it again. I will. Well, maybe I gotta give it the 10 score because it is a good movie from start to beginning. I just think I can't really recommend this one. And when you said earlier, it might have triggered people. Who do you think it triggered? I think it did too. I just don't.
I would say people with probably people with mental health disorders, people with delusional thoughts, stuff like that.
I think it's on that aspect. In my opinion, I think they did a good job on that. I think the offended people would be people that are offended that they don't have that stuff and they're
And-
watching it.
And
You know what I mean?
And people that don't like cigarettes.
That too. Dude, that could be a thing where
And maybe why it got such a low score.
I don't know about yeah. I just don't get the score. Yeah, the sick like where
don't
does it
either.
really where does it really seem? Because I don't want to give it a bad score, but I'm not gonna overhype it. But at the same time, it is a good movie. It's a great movie, but I feel like for someone that hasn't really gone through a struggle, you can relate to it. But I mean, when you go through like a struggle, like you can feel it. You feel it in Joaquin Phoenix. Just the way his body looks, the way he moves, the way he just does not look like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, and
What-
even dude, just like how skinny he was and how
Yes. Very, and it reminded me of
emaciated he
the
was, yeah.
Machinist, like Christian Bale when he lost all that weight. It reminded me a lot of that. Right before he did Batman Begins.
yeah.
A male rage manifesto with ugly socialite truth. A male rage. That's what this guy wrote on Rotten Tomatoes about Joker. And his scores are refreshed. There's a tomato on it. I think that means good.
Oh.
Let's see.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
but-
Oh,
My score for Joker is gonna be a 12.
12.
Yeah. I would give it a 13, but I guess if I had kids, I wouldn't show them this movie. Not even if they were of age. Like even after they were 17 and stuff like that, I wouldn't actively want to show them this movie. I would want them to find this movie later on. Cuz I feel like you said something about struggle and all that. Like if you
And you're talking about enjoyment of the movie, right?
enjoyment of the movie
Yeah,
and
that's what-
understanding of the
yeah.
movie too, just to get a like I said, I don't think that anybody wants to empathize with the Joker or wants to feel like, oh man, like I have the same tendencies or same thoughts as this crazy person. Like nobody wants to think that, but to have that thought cross your mind. I mean, I know I did. I was like, whoa, that some of these things is like some of these things are hitting a little close to home, you know.
Yeah.
But I I would want them to stumble upon this movie on their own, like
Yeah,
oh,
it's
I
fine. It's
want to
definitely-
watch this,
It's definitely one of those movies that I would want to. If you, I don't, I mean, I wouldn't
I,
watch it as a
I
young
would
age or
recommend
whatever.
this movie, but I would recommend that you watch it in your own time, if that makes sense. Kind of like
yeah.
what you did. Like you just kind of sat on it for a minute and stuff like that. But also, like I said, I wouldn't show a 13-year-old this movie at all, or even
I get what you're saying.
16,
If it-
17 years old. Like
a
you're still going
13-year-old's
through.
like stumbles upon it, but
It
I wouldn't be
happens.
like, you need to watch this movie. You need
Yeah.
to like. I'd definitely like. No, you need to watch Clerks, where
Yeah.
they're like, no, watch this movie about struggle, society struggle.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be one of those. If you stumbled onto it, I would be like, well, it's also a good way to. I think it wouldn't necessarily bother me because it'd be a good way to have a conversation. If you
Yeah.
ever a dialogue of like, well, what does this mean? Because sometimes, like, I would like if I was hanging a coworker or someone and they go, hey, sometimes I get upset like the Joker, and I'm like, well, you want to talk about it, or is this something because that's extreme. But if they say something like, sometimes I get upset and I turn into what's his name? Just any. I was trying to think of Sam Kinison is like, oh, 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 and I'm like, oh, that's fine. If you just go around going, oh, 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 I'm okay with that. But
that's fine.
you start saying stuff like, oh, I'm starting to feel like a joke. All right, let's go talk about it. Let's see what's going on. Because everything in your wheelhouse in your head is literally, and this is what I love about the Joker. This is why it goes to an 11 now with me. Because see, that's what I mean. It's for a filmmaker, a movie lover, it's a damn 12, 13. But I'm trying to keep my score for like I said, whatever. It's a 12, dude. It's like a 13. It's a great movie. You got to be ready for it, because I would like to have a discussion if somebody would like to talk about it. I'd talk about it.
And this and Joker, man, it really kind of puts, it's not it's saying society sucks. It's saying that this society is almost making the Joker without trying to.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. I mean, that totally tracks. I mean, your society will create people that are rebelling against it and that don't agree with what's going on. You'll have, and even even nowadays, you have people that are, hate rich people.
That's a big deal, dude.
It really is. And some rich people were born into it. I feel like the Wayne family was probably born into it. You had that,
Oh, for sure, Bruce was.
Yeah.
I don't know about Thomas Wayne.
I
too
don't
much,
know either, but I can only
think
assume
I think they've had generations. I think you're right. I think it's
Yeah.
like the third or
it's
fourth
generational.
generation.
Yeah. So you have that. So you could see where people get a little frustrated, where people are even Thomas Wayne kind of had that little faux pas of like calling people clowns and everything, kind of like Hillary Clinton did with deplorables, stuff like that. And people do lose their connection to society when they aren't in it all the time, or they aren't seeing the depravity of it.
I mean, you're absolutely right, dude. When society doesn't really, I don't know, it can manufacture villains, and I think that's what we're kind of getting with the Joker. But it's not really a it's organic happens. But society, I mean, he's misunderstood. He's not in the right time.
Yeah.
He's born in the wrong generation, you know.
Well,
Um,
And Batman could have been manifested into a villain just as well. I mean, my parents were taken from me.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
You know,
That's
like
what I was
it
saying
could
about
go either way. So, and I think that's a good thing that they included the Batman kind of origin story. Is like this is happening to you while all this other stuff is happening in the city.
mm.
You know that kind of
Well, I mean,
I never really
the,
put that together, but yeah,
yeah, that now when you hear it real clear like
Yeah.
that. But I mean, also with like I said, like the motive is what changes the villains the hero. You know, it changes the what you're gonna do. There is that one guy that's coming out in Suicide Squads that he was one of the guards like that Aaron Eckhart takes on the.
Oh yeah, he's Polka Dot Man. Yeah.
Yeah, who's that? He's in, yeah. So I'm like, well, he's still in the DC universe. He's actually, I wonder if he's gonna.
He was in the MCU too.
Well, he was
In Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's
Oh,
he's one of those.
One
double
thing that I
dippers.
did want to mention, I don't know if you noticed this time watching Dark Knight, but it's been a minute since I've seen Dark Knight. Did you hear MCU a lot while you were watching it?
No, I didn't.
You didn't catch that? When they were talking about Major Crimes Unit, and you always referred to it as the MCU.
You know, I didn't pick up on it.
Yeah, and I was just like thinking, wow, this is 2008. Like the MCU doesn't. It's barely getting started,
Exactly.
and it's not even referred to as the MCU at this point. But imagine if it was made like 4 years later, and it's like MCU. And it's
Everything
like, oh,
MCU.
thanks. Yeah.
Maybe they caught
So-
on to it. There's DCU.
So
well,
I wanted to bring that up. See if
You know, I want to share this real quick. Well, first I want to say, everybody, we're already at the end of our episode. We're gonna pick our next two movies, but I don't know if I have to do this every time, but I like just doing a little plug for StreamYard.
Hey,
This is at the end. I didn't
look at
so-
that duck.
That duck, quack quack. Good duck. He's been nice to us, the duck.
It's a
So
nice
yeah,
duck.
but also, I'll say that I saw a preview to a documentary coming out. It looks great. Have you seen this preview?
Ooh. I haven't seen the preview, but I have seen that they were doing that.
If you get a minute, watch this preview. The trailer looks amazing. Is there a difference between a preview and a trailer?
Yeah, a trailer is going to be something that a preview is like showing you a little bit, but a trailer is going to show you what it's about.
Like is a preview like a little clips?
Yeah,
Okay, so
and a
I
teaser
guess-
trailer is going to be because see that's the thing. Sometimes teaser trailers will be like 2 minutes long, and sometimes they'll be like a minute long. It
and
just
then you
kind
have
of depends.
and then you have the red band trailers, which are like
Those
the
are
whole
best.
movie.
Yeah. Well,
So-
unless it's Deadpool, then you just get funny clips.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, honestly think with this looks great, man. Documentaries. So we have some people to choose from to move on, and we can see what's out there. I don't know where to go with this.
Gary Oldman,
There's Gary Oldman. There's Heath Ledger. There's Michael Caine. There's Aaron Eckhart.
Maggie Gyllenhaal. We could go
Morgan
Donnie
Freeman.
Darko.
Danny
with her.
Darko.
Yeah.
We have Eric Roberts. I don't know how we'll get to him again, but Eric Roberts is always
I mean, we have
great-
Joaquin Phoenix. We have Robert De Niro, Mark Maron.
De Niro. Are we De Niro'd out?
No, I'm never De Niro.
De Niro'd out. To Cape
Um,
Fear. It's like wait
yeah.
till. Let's see, what is Eric Roberts known for? I know Best of the Best, right?
Best of the best.
Runaway Train, The Expendables. Oh, The Expendables. Inherent Vice and Dark Knight. Oh man. Best
Oh,
of the best.
Inherent Vice has Joaquin Phoenix in it too.
They double dip. I would say if you in an MCU movie and a DC movie, you're double dipping there.
Oh, there's a lot
So-
of double dippers in this.
A lot of
then.
double dippers. What is? Let's find out what. I don't even know what Polka Dot Man is. His real name is. I don't really like. Let me look up Ant-Man real quick. 'Cause that's the only way I'm gonna get to him.
Fast, at least.
I know, right? Because like sometimes they don't have the photo, and I'm like, I don't know the person's name. So let's see. What is this gentleman's name? David Dasmalkian.
That sounds Russian.
Let's find out. Is originally from Kansas. He
Damn.
moved to Chicago, Illinois. I would say the same thing. Acting at the theater, DePaul University. After college, David worked as a professional fisherman in Alaska. A circus performer, a movie theater usher, and a playwright. He is an ensemble member of Shattered Globe Theater Company and Caffeine Theater in Chicago. Chicago guy. He's in Prisoner, in the new Dune, and his movie called Animals, and The Dark Knight are his top 4. How many movies? He's got 7 acting movies. So he's no wait. It says actor here, and it's no 71. Sorry, I missed the freaking missed that one. Oh, he was also in the MacGyver series, Murdoch. And they brought back MacGyver. Suicide, yep, Polka Dot Man, Suicide Squad. I'm a superhero. So he says it. And then, well, where can we go with? Let's see. Let's see if we can be a little
We
creative.
could do Heath Ledger.
You want to go Heath Ledger?
Why
Are
not?
we doing 10 Things I Hate About You? Is that where you're?
And
you're
A Knight's Tale? Yeah.
Oh, dude. I mean, that Knight's Tale was the movie in high school that they would always play. Like, which movie can we watch? It's like put a Knight's Tale on. Dude, I've seen Brokeback Mountain, The Brothers Grimm, Lords of Dogtown, The Order. I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing a Heath Ledger movie.
Yeah. I definitely 10 Things I Hate About You. Oh, I forgot he was in The Patriot.
Yeah, I remember he's
he's,
Mel
the
Gibson's
son, yeah.
son.
Does he have an accent in that or no?
I don't know. I might. I don't,
That'd be so funny. That if, wow, he only has 23 credits. It feels like he had so many more.
they're powerful, man. Powerful credits. Do you want to do 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
I do. Dude, I love that movie. And plus,
Dude.
it's based off Shakespeare, so why not?
No, I'm just saying. I checked in the other day because you know who's in that movie, right?
Julia Stiles?
But our boy David
Are you talking Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
He's in it. But also David Krumholtz.
Yeah.
So I would okay. So and then
What's 10 Things I Hate About You? We know we got a repeat offender there.
all right, we're getting here. Heath Ledger. Okay, so who would be the other? Because like there's Can't Hardly Wait. There's those 90 movies. Was it Freddie Prinze Jr.? Was that the one?
Yeah. No.
She's all
Can't
that.
Hardly, yeah, she's all that. Can't Hardly Wait's going to be Ethan Embel.
There you go. I'm actually there's a chance if was it late July? Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to be in San Antonio. So I'm gonna.
Oh, dude, you can meet Kanan Jarrus. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He was,
well, that's that's what he's actually showing up as.
For
he's-
Star Wars, yeah.
For Star Wars, he's the
Yeah.
voice actor in that, but he's showing up for that. But I don't mind doing that. Like 10 Things I Hate About You. Okay, that's in the books, so I don't mind doing. What's it called? Or what other 90 movies? Should we just look up real quick? 90s,
So
90s
you want
love.
to do you want to do another kind of like of that time?
maybe.
Let's see here. That's going to be what 1999. Dude,
Oh,
I
yeah, 'cause
think
we could
I
do
think
2000.
I think Can't Hardly Wait would be a good one to do.
I love that movie, dude. And that one's what 98. 98.
No,
yeah,
it's
dude.
is it 98? I
Yeah,
could have
it's
swore
98.
it was 99.
Well, it's like right there. It's like it's real
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
I'll totally do this movie, dude.
Let's do it. Let's do those
All
two.
right, locking them in.
Ethan
So-
Embry, that's what his name is. My bad.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Embel is what I said, but yeah.
Oh
close
no,
enough.
that's what I heard. It's like,
All right, cool.
all right, let me get them up real quick so we can get these up on the screen. All right, so and I guess I got to go. Can't Hardly Wait because it was the older one. So we're doing 1998. Can't Hardly Wait. PG-13, 140 minutes. Available on Showtime. A complete graduating class consistency of beautiful girls, geeks, and promising football players assembled at a rich classmates' residence for a party. Interesting developments follow at the get together. I'm sorry, just look at the poster; it's just cracking me up, dude. Seth Green. Have we really got this far? Like, we finally got to Seth Green. Jennifer Lewis, Ethan Embry, and Charlie Crosmo, he was in Dick Tracy. 10 Things I Hate About You, 1999, PG-13.
Oh, he was also in Hook.
Hook, that's true. We might have to go those routes. 1999, PG-13, 137 minutes. A pretty popular teenager can't go out on a date until her ill-tempered older sister does. Director Jill Gunder. Writers, it's just Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, dude, your favorite what was it not the villain, but like the jock in Can't Hardly Wait's in your favorite vampire movie?
The jock. It's called
Twilight.
Oh, he's in Twilight. No, he's in another vampire movie.
He's also in Twilight.
He's also in Twilight. No, he's also
He's the dad in Twilight.
yeah. He's in no. When you said that, I was like, oh, I can't remember. He was in that movie. I can't remember. He's also in a pretty awesome. I guess it'd be a B flick horror movie.
Damn, he's been in a lot of movies.
Let me see where it's at. He is in. He's been in a lot of stuff. Like, what's his name? Let's see.
It's like Peter Facinelli.
Yeah, and his name on the where is he? Oh, I guess I'm just wasting time at this point. We can find out later. Mike Dexter. There you go. It's Mike Dexter. I can't only wait, but I gotta find that other movie he did. Or maybe I'm getting him confused with someone. No, he did that vampire movie. But anyways, we're already at the end. I also want to leave us with this because I don't know. I saw this in the Rotten Tomatoes. I'd never seen this.
Yeah, I know. I saw that poster too.
This is a pretty cool poster.
I've seen the Why So Serious poster.
Well, have
know.
you seen this poster? it's quite simple. We eat the Batman. That was
Watch.
that was
I'm
sent
gonna
to
make this pencil disappear.
That one was sent to me. I just thought that was funny. I was like, oh, perfect timing. I found it as I was getting everything ready. Well, we're moving on. We just finished up with The Dark Knight and Joker, and we're moving on to Can't Hardly Wait and 10 Things I Hate About You. I think
Boy.
these.
I think we went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
I think we have to though, man, because Joker's really dark. Man.
Yeah. So from Joker, we're gonna go see how the society is in the view of teenagers.
Dude, that's so. You're on point, man. You're on point. I feel like I'm still haven't got used to the mic. I need to, because I feel like it's good here, but I feel
You
like
gotta
right
get right here and talk in that soft, sultry voice.
Whoa, welcome to
Need
Side
your-
by Side
Yeah,
Movies
we need some
Podcast.
of that NPR vibes going
Put
on
you
there.
to sleep, and we're gonna go
Yeah.
over here.
Oh
We
wow!
have a long day ahead of us, but hey, we're just gonna slowly get through it. Take our time. I wonder if you can hear me. This is the soothing voice, and we're gonna go to bed. And in 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna need you to
shows-
record that. That really almost did put me to sleep.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning. Good night.
Good
We'll see you later.
morrow.
Good morrow. Don't forget to break fast. All right.
Break the fast. Just
Yeah.
I bet. All right.
I hate that guy.
All right.
All
y'all later.
right.